Good afternoon, Daryl and listeners.
Paul, Box and Poppy have gone for Leongatha. I've gone for Sale. The opening quarter's about to get underway with Lippman and Willis, and Lippman put it straight down. Well, he put it down Geordie Desson's throat. There's a free kick going in the way of Kane Martin, right in the middle of the ground. So his left foot kick. They go inside forward 50. Brad Desson's the target. 2 bites and gets it.
Nice.
Well, with inside 20 seconds, Brad Desson's going to have a shot on goal.
Well, we spoke about that matchup, and it looks like it is the season for Boone who's picked up Desson. But Desson was caught behind the ball, but just able to use his body really well to mark that just behind Verboon. Verboon did everything right, but Brad Desson come up with the mark.
Watch this ball swing, boys, left to right.
Yeah, left to right.
Needs to start it. There's an echo in the box here as well. Needs to start it towards the left goal post. Puts it on its way, does that, and the breeze takes it, but it goes through the middle. And to get the first goal of the afternoon on your Saturday, Super Saturday it is, it goes to Brad Desson of the Magpies.
Well, if that's what we're expecting for the day, a quick kick out of the middle of the ground by Martin to set up Desson, and first goal within probably 60 seconds. A great start there by the Magpies.
And so the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard reading Sale 1 goal straight, 6. Leongatha yet to score, and it was about 50 seconds for that first goal.
I'll talk about the lineup in just a minute as Lippman gets another tap, and they just went searching for Martin. Missed that player, taken late for Leongatha was Copkins. Took a bit of body. Martin held without the ball. Pick up his second free kick in the opening minute and a half. Just notice that centre bounce, boys, only 2 players on the outer side of the ground when traditionally there should be as many as 10. That's because of the positioning of the centre circle. We might talk about that at quarter time. Martin goes down the line, finds Dowse in front of our commentary position. That's Mitch Dowse, just short of left half forward flank. Oh, geez, I'm not sure where he was looking for there, but he found his teammate in the end by Freeman. The ball swung in the air late. It was an in-swinger, but Freeman ripped it in like a slips fieldsman would, took the catch, and now searches inside 50, goes long. I tell you what, he kicks it way left, and it stays there on that occasion. I thought Leongatha might have taken the mark, but it spills out of the hands of Boom and out of play. Just a few metres from Sale goals. They're kicking to the left of your radio. Scoreboard end. They lead by a goal.
It is 1 straight 6 Sale. Leongatha are yet to score. As the ball will come back into the field of play, inside Sales forward 50. Gooch was the one doing the ruck duty and got it at ground level as well. Flicked a handball out to Freeman, who just fumbled it, then coughed it up. Now this way, gone left was Collins. He got quickly tackled. Now it falls in the hands of Geordie Desson, who snaps around the body and puts it straight over the goal umpire's head. Sale got 2 in a row. They're up and about.
Here we go. It's the family affair there too. The cousins both get their first opening goals for the Magpies too. And Desson
Brothers.
Are they brothers, are they? Oh, sorry. Thanks for the...
Well, Mr. Desson has crashed his car on the way to the ground. He thinks he... Oh, hang on a minute. I've enjoyed these 2 boys all my life.
Over to you, Paul Carter.
And that's the 2-goal lead in 3 minutes of the opening bounce to Sale, and that's on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. 2 straight Sale, and Leongatha have not made it into their forward 50 yet.
Did Scud say before the game there that they're going to use the middle of the ground for their centre bounces?
He did, yeah. He may have been really offline there.
Really surprised they're using the one closest to the edge of the square. Lippman just grabs it out of the ruck. Marriott for the first time missed his target by hand. Going in to win it was Hopkins. Ball spills out, holding the man free kick to Josh Hopkins. Right in the middle of the Sale main oval. He looks up. First time they go forward. It's a low spearing pass just to the toes there of Maskell. He was able to handball back to Glenane. He then gets a handball cross. That was Glenane, sorry. Now is holding the ball Brock Davidson on a half-forward flank. And a free kick will go in the way of Luke Williams.
Yeah, a bit more intensity about Sale in the opening minutes of this first quarter. Crucial game, playing for a double chance. Both teams in the race for that double chance. The pack of players go up high. Willis played the role of rover. It landed in his hands. It's now inside forward 50 for Sale, though. And Desson taps it forward to the advantage of a teammate. Around the body. Quick kick forward.
Gee whiz.
And that quick kick was
from Collins, I believe.
Okay.
Just got to check that number. We don't have him down on our team.
No, we don't.
Collins is 16.
Okay, thank you. 16 it is for Ollie Collins. I apologise. Paul Carter's put that on my sheet, actually. Thanks, Ollie Collins, just offline, boys.
So we had a minor score. We'll get to that in a minute. Marriott on all fours tries to get at the top of the defensive 50. Westaway had a quick scrubby sort of kick close to the line. Borshman just little toe pokes. Now keeps it in front, runs, taps it to himself again. Helping out there with Ethan Dyer for the Magpies. They win it. Reece Carter's wearing number 33 this afternoon. A nice neat kick. Found Nick Dowse across centre half back, who can chip it over the top. Does it get over Skelling's head? It does. And it's out the way there of Simpson and Kelly. Simpson's in the front spot, gathers it, gets around from Kelly, gave it to Geordie Descent, who went backwards now. Quick kick was from Glenane, goes high inside forward 50. No one can mark it at ground level. Little quick kick from Leongatha. Forrester found a target in Kelly right on the defensive 50 to stop that forward thrust of Sale.
So Leongatha need to compose themselves, keep possession, and they do that just momentarily. On this occasion, it's Bowman, Luke, left half-back flank, or just short thereof, outer side of the ground, where we anticipate most of the play will be played, given the strong across-the-ground wind. His kick went searching for, couldn't find in the end Maskell, who dropped the mark. The umpire will come in and take control. A ball up just on the outer side of the ground. It's near enough to right half-forward flank. Sale into attack as they've been for most of this 6 minutes first quarter, as they lead 2-1-13 to no score.
Jack Lippman winning the early tap-outs at the moment, 4 to Willis's 0 at the moment.
So ball comes back in. Lippman nearly had a fresh area, allowed Willis to fall on his back and then stand up and hit it himself. Brown just kicked it off the ground. Fife was there. He's happy to see the boundary line.
Interesting to see Hayden Brown's playing midfield at the moment, but he's swapping forward, so normally he plays down back and likes to play that sweep and roll.
I reckon he'd be swapping with Cam Oldham, who's gone forward
so
to start with as well. Who's been a good nice recruit for the Leongatha side, coming up from their juniors in the last couple of years. Marriott from this stoppage, so much strength, bursts away, right foot. Now they go inside forward 50, over the back Ganane. Did he shove his opponent out? I think he did. And Jack Ganane just gave away the free kick, goes to Dyer for the Magpies, goes to that far side again, and Poppy will get another boundary throw-in out there.
Yes, just a quick one with the Leongatha forward line. They've gone a lot smaller than the Sale side. They've got Hayden Brown that was there, Nick Nagel, Ganane and Maskell, and obviously Chrissy Dunn floats in and out as well. So
yeah,
they've gone a little bit nippier maybe for the conditions.
So Willis and Lippman contest that boundary throw-in, and Willis stays with Lippman as he's done for all of these opening minutes. The quick kick forward was from Sovereign, and it went out of play on the full, just short of their forward 50, so they're yet to enter that with any real substance. The kick from from Sale finds Lippman, who beat Willis in the air, takes a good strong mark just short of the outer side wing, looks along the line towards half-forward flank. It's a 2-on-2 contest. Ball falls front of the pack. Sale have got the numbers, can't get their hand on the ball though. Quick kick forward by the Magpies, smothered, and the umpire again will bounce it down. They're just 10 metres short as tempers flare around the stoppage. I know Freeman's one of the players that wasn't too happy.
Forrester's the other.
Ball bounced down. Lippman gets a tap. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Leongatha under pressure. Get rid of the ball quickly, but can't find a teammate. A good attempt there by
Simpson, I think it was.
Simpson. Couldn't take the ball. He gets on hands and knees, gives it out again. It's stolen by the Parrots. Kick around the body by Kelly. Falls in the arms, or should have, of Lippman. It goes out of play. Boundary throw-in.
Jeez, he started well, Lippman, hasn't he? And as Paul alluded to with those tap-outs, but he's marking the ball around the ground. A big worry for Leongatha early.
Well, we found this out last week. The pressure that Sale applied around the ball carrier was super important and got them up to a good start. They've started just like that again here at Sale. Kick was smothered. They go forward again to Sale. Chain of handballs, gets out the back. This is Glenane. Goes to the hot spot. Descent. He's got 2 bites at it, and he gets the mark. And he'll go back and have a shot from 30 metres out. He's a worry.
Yeah, he's worrying Baboon out of the play as well because of just his size as well. Baboon loves to mark the ball as well. He's finding himself in front. He doesn't know whether to take the mark or go the spoil. Descent just uses his body really well, and that was a great contested mark.
Well, slightest of angles. Only 30 metres out for goal. Brad Descent has one already. Sale have got 2-1-13. Can they extend that margin by 6? They do. And Brad Descent has 2. Sale are all over the Parrots at the minute.
He's you can tell he's got some confidence now too, Poppy, because the way he drove that ball, he didn't give it too much air. He just made sure he punched through it. They didn't let the wind take it. He's on fire early. Worrying signs with Lippman and Descent already on fire.
And the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard sees Leongatha still yet to score. They're trailing Sale by 19 points, 9 minutes into this first quarter. Sale 3-1-19.
All right, let's have a bit of a peek at the centre square at the moment. You've got Leslie in there with Lippman and also Simpson. They're up against Bowman, who needs to get his hands on the ball. Willis also. Lippman gets the tap. They found their player we just spoke of, Leslie. He's taken ball and all.
Dumped.
And he knows that he's in a match too. And I speak of Will Leslie, who was tackled rigorously by Leongatha. Lippman gets another tap. Good pressure though by Sale. Simpson comes up with the ball, feeds it off. Free kick, pushing the back, I think. No, dropping the ball. So the free kick will go the Parrots' way. It'll go through Bowman.
So right in the centre square, just in the defensive side, he goes lateral to the far side. Turton's out there. He's a young under-16 player. Good player for the Parrots too. Chips it over the top, neatly done to Sovereign. Comes back inboard. They got numbers here, Leongatha. One of those was Davidson. He marks and plays on. Inside forward 50. Maskell's the target. Front and square there was Nagel. Picks it up, gets around a couple. Does a little toe poke. Chrissy Dunn gets ball to boot. Goes high to the point of the square. Hopkins was there. Fife was able to spoil it. And over for Leongatha's first scorer this afternoon's a minor one, Paul.
Yeah, that rush behind is their first score. They are one behind 1 point. Sale 3-1-19 on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard.
A lot of similarities to the Maui side from last week for Leongatha, and the Magpies are just playing the same way, dominating around the stoppages.
Yeah, and they've got numbers around the ball too, you're right. Simpson gives to the big man Lippman, who's working hard, plenty of the ball, quick kick forward, gets a free kick in the shape of John Gooch, who was my third best player on ground last week. And he's getting one of his early touches in an important game. He's on the outer side of the ground, he's Gooch. And he looks upfield, not wanting to turn this ball over. Looks at some of the best options. In fact, he wants to give ground, and then he runs himself into trouble. And guess what? He's kicked it like my mum would, and it goes off the side of the boot and out of play in the full. In fact, my mum would have found a teammate then.
I was going to say, because you can kick the ball. She can kick the ball a fair distance.
He tried to look back to Fife to go backwards with the kick, and Fife pointed down the line, and then he got himself in a bit of strife, and he gets another chance here.
Take two.
Oh, there was a touch. There must have
It
been
was touched, yep.
So he quickly took the grab. We thought it was a mark, but must have been touched off the boot, and then got slung around in a fierce tackle there from the big fella in Willis. So the ball up will take place, far side, at ground level. Trying to run through there was Turton now. Winning the football, and the half back there was Leslie. And Bowman just holds him up from going into the fence too hard. 12 and a half minutes gone. It's Sale 3-1-19. They lead by 18 points over Leongatha, who are one behind. And Lippman and Willis again do battle. Willis this time tapped it backwards. There is Jackson Harry. The boundary line again beats him and Declan Barnett. We've got another boundary throw-in. We've got a couple of quick around the grounds check for you early. And that is all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Stores. Bairnsdale Wonthaggi Boxer.
Yeah, it's Bairnsdale 1-1-7. They lead Wonthaggi yet to score. And Terrelgan haven't yet to score as well. And Warrigal 1-1-7.
So the ball at half forward for Leongatha, but Sale stand tall, but only momentarily. Quick kick forward, falls in the arms of Nagel, takes the mark, plays on quickly, bursts inside forward 50. Guess what, boys? All black and white. And I don't mean it's simple, I mean it's all Magpies. The mark has been taken by Carter. So Carter takes a mark, plays on quickly, close to the man on the mark, but gains 65 metres plus with the kick. Good contest. The falls in the arms of Leongatha. They do it through shelling, the 1-2 around the body. Again, they go down the line. It's Fife that overruns the ball. May have been pushed in the back. The umpire says, thank you, Poppy. Saw it myself, blew the whistle.
Yep.
Free kick to the Magpies captain coach.
Shane Fife being that player. 13 and a half minutes gone. Fife looks down the line. Nice drop punt. The target back there is at McGuinness. Goes up. Big spoil there from Sovereign. And over it goes.
Let's go quick around the grounds too in the AFL. Interesting score here. 8 minutes into the second quarter, and it's Melbourne 2-4-16. They lead the Magpies 1-5-11.
So Lippman and Willis again. Willis got a fingernail on it. Marriott bust his way through. Handball goes out the back. Working hard was Olden. Now his left foot kick goes around the body close to the line. And again, boundary thrown. Are we taking boundary throw-ins on that side, Paul?
No, I didn't go.
Oh, Paul.
Got no room on the sheet.
Early stat winners, Paul, for Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
Kane Martin with 5 touches for Sale, and Tom Marriott also 5.
So ball thrown back in. Both Lippman and Willis overrun the ball. Leongatha have got the numbers on the loose ball. The last man in the chain is done. Chris, he overruns it. Quick kick off the ground by Sale. Gets smothered. Bounces back inside forward 50 now. Races on. First player there, nicely done. This is their first goal. They can walk it in, and they do. Nicely done by Brock Davidson. Gets his sides first of the afternoon. He's so happy. He sprints to the boundary. The Parrots are on the board in the big way.
It was a great build-up there by the Parrots too. They're starting to get numbers around the stoppage. They just force the ball forward. Nagel wins the ball at ground level. Great hands just to the Rodin Davidson for an open goal. Great goal.
First goal comes at the 15-minute mark of the first quarter for Leongatha on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. The Parrots are 1-1-7. They're trailing Sale by 12 points. The Sale team is on 3-1-19.
Well, interesting goal against the play. Just sort of rolled and scrapped a little bit forward, but in the end they get the goal they needed. Lippman got a hand on it. Stone came in off the wing, couldn't get it. Hopkins was there as well, quickly wrapped up in a Leslie tackle, and we'll do this one again. Still inside that centre circle, however very close to that wing position area. Willis shoves his opponent out the way, then thumps it forward. Good work by Williams for Sale, allowed Martin to come in and win it. Kicks it to half forward in the Gooch direction. Skelling was back there, won it, then barrelled it forward again in the direction of Maskell. Worked Carter underneath it, then Carter gives away one over the shoulder. And the free kick will go to Cade Maskell outside his forward 50 though. Sale got some good numbers back with their zone. He just thumps it long. Maskell unloads in the breeze, takes it, and it might have been touched on the last line.
I think it's a goal, Scud.
It has got the distance. I thought there was a fist on it from Thacker. And they said not a chance. Shane Fife can't believe it. Thacker got a clear fist on it. And the goal umpire said, I don't care. That's straight through the middle. And Cade Maskell, an important goal.
Can I let you say, Boxer, I thought the umpire ducked his head because
he was going to get hit.
He was going to get hit and didn't actually. He expected it to go over his head. The wind held it up in the last foot or two. It was questionable, at least.
At least it definitely was questionable, but Maskell was outside 50 when he hit that, and we know how much of a beautiful kick he is. Again, another great goal.
And the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, one goal the difference, 3-1 Sale, 2-1 Leongatha.
So Lippman got it down. Leslie just tunnel-balled it back to Lippman again, and now he's been manhandled by Hopkins. He couldn't do it, so he put it through his legs as well. Bowman now shuffles a handball out. Leslie kicks it off the ground for Sale. Freeman direction, inside forward 50. Nicely done, keeping his feet down the back there for Leongatha, but he's turned the footy over, and that was Sovereign, and Williams will put it back inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Verboon gave it to Bowman, who flicked it out the back. Quick kick go from Leongatha again. And they're breaking down across this centre area. Carter this time takes the uncontested mark.
He does too. The young Carter takes the mark. Nicely done with those white boots. Looks a treat. Goes inside forward 50. Can't find a teammate. One hand down. Leslie couldn't get a grip of the ball. Leongatha under pressure. Quick kick forward. Shelling out of play on the full record. It could be. Yep, goes Sale's way as they enter forward 50 now, Scud.
Over the top of Freeman's head. It gave to Desson, who gave it back to Freeman. Dribbles it, hits the post.
No.
He went for the outside dribble kick.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, and you watch too much TV.
Yes.
Harvey Norman's Computers Gippsland scoreboard.
Sale 3-2-20, leading Leongatha 2-1-13.
Jason Dunstall would be turning in his grave if he was dead.
Yeah, he would be.
He's not though.
Yeah, I said if.
Well, comments by Boxer. A book to be released soon on the best quotes.
Can't move. Kyle Cooper has it in the back pocket for Leongatha. Boxer has a cramp but can't stand up. He's in all sorts of trouble. As we get another boundary thrown. Sorry, it went out of bounds on the full. And having it out there, free kick there will be Mitch Thacker. Puts it back inside the top of the 50. McGuinness goes up and marks. Nicely done. It's too far out to score. He has a look what's on offer inboard, and he goes in that direction. Why wouldn't you? Brad Desson now has 2 to beat. Just couldn't quite do so. Cooper at ground level sees it over. Boundary throw in.
I need a confined space ticket to be in here. Can't move.
Hot water bottle and the crocheted rug Boxer.
I'm getting it out.
19 minutes have gone. It is a 7-point margin in favour of Sale. Leongatha getting the last 2 goals, and now they look to run it out of the back half here, Poppy. This time it's through Stone.
They do too, and they do it with numbers, but they've got no one up the line, so they're going to go for boundary and try to disguise it. Did they? Will they? No, the umpire says free kick deliberate.
No, good call, absolutely.
Courageous call, but it was there, okay, no question about that. You won't get a bite by me as Leslie bites the ball inside forward 50. Back of the pack, as easy as you'd like. And I reckon it's Ollie Collins. Let's see if he turns around. Yes, sirree, that's the one. Collins, wearing number 16, has the chance to bring up Sale's fourth goal.
I think that's a really smart kick there by Leslie. Like, just let the put the ball right at the top of the 30 metre mark. The ball just carried. Collins just found himself in the right spot.
Here he goes off the boot. Oh, tell you what, that went left to right. The wind's pretty strong, boys. Need an old head on young shoulders in an instant like that. And guess what? He's got a young head on young shoulders, and he missed to the right.
Sale have gone to 3-3-21 on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. They've got an 8-point lead over the Parrots, 2-13.
How old is he, by the way?
20 minutes played.
I think he's got a bit on him. Kick comes back in. Stone there has it at the top of the defensive 50. Kicks around his body. Carter did really well, but it might not come off. Ganane just can't quite get a handle on it, and he left it for Fife. That was not Fife, it was Laverty. Now the ball is in dispute. Carter has to go again for it. Borshman ripped him off it. Now Leongatha tried to get it out through Harry. Ball pops out again. Willis says, I'll just do me one work. Picks it up, barrels it forward. One-on-one dive. Great work by Dowse. And that is of the Nick variety. Marks and gives it to his coach in Fife and gets it out towards Williams, who has two to beat. And a big spoil over the top was from Marriott to find touch. And we have a boundary throw in. Williams just gets up a little properly on that right knee, which is heavily bandaged.
You know what, Boxer? I'm seeing a bit of Leongatha that I saw in Moe last week. That is just not being able to take the ball one touch, and I reckon it just is the pressure around the ball by Sale. Lippman's applying some of that pressure, gets the tap forward now. Left half forward flank, but only momentarily, because guess what? Sale eased the pressure. A quick kick forward, cut off at the pass, and that was cut off by Westaway. But now we've got a battle royale with a dozen players around the ball and a little bit of feeling starting to bob its head up above the pack. The umpire will ball it up.
It's players like Kane Martin around the ball. They're just strong over it. His tackling is incredible.
Good tackle by Hopkins on Martin. Wasn't able to get a kick away again. Willis tries some bullying work, and Lippman just drove him into the ground and gets Willing again in the middle.
Here we go.
They rip Martin off as well. Willis doesn't want to have a go at Lippman. Lippman and Willis, this is great football in this first quarter. And Lippman and Willis go at it again. Taps it down, they swing, nearly knock each other's head off. Picking it up nicely there was McLaren. Squeezed a handle out, missed it. Now Martin puts a strong tackle on Olden.
Beautiful.
They get the hands out. Westaway was in there as well. Now Hopkins is in there. And going at it off the ball was Olden and Martin still. The other umpire from 20 metres away comes in, says calm it down.
I think Leongatha are better when the game's in this sort of played in this sort of spirit.
Lippman did well then. Martin again got driven in the ground by Hopkins. Every opportunity, they are driving the opposition into the ground, whether it be Sale or Leongatha.
Yep. So a really good physical contest starting to evolve. Willis is searches for the body of Lippman. I think Lippman's still got the tap in the end. Anyway, the ball now with Willis. He's taken off the ball. He gains 10 metres only. Just good contest in the air. I tell you what, you won't want to be weak-hearted here. Busting through the pack is Davidson. He's kicked for goal with the rare piece of open play. He's offline one behind.
It's just like that wick in a dynamite, a bit of stick of dynamite. It's just about that far to go. There's about a millimetre to go, and it's just going to go bang.
It's 3-3-21 to 2-2-14. Sale leading by 7 points.
This is fantastic. Everywhere you look, every contest that occurs, they're getting crunched. They're getting driven into the ground. And as Poppy said, you don't want to go hiding on a day like today. Is picking this off out of the kick was Cameron Stone. He puts it to the hot spot. Brown will go up, can't mark. Recovers, no, not quite in time. And Ethan Dyer rushes it through for a minor score.
One straight kick the difference now. Sale 3-3-21. Leongatha 2-3-15. Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard coming up to the 24-minute mark of this first quarter.
So Laverty with the ball goes straight down the barrel of the corridor kick. Found Chris Martin. It was taken out of his hard. And Kane Martin, I mean.
That's his brother, Chris.
Yes, Kane Martin. So I'm not sure one of Coldplay's better songs, but I would have sung a tune out of it if I could remember it. But anyway, the ball now left half-back flank for Leongatha, and again with Westaway in the bottom of the pack. He will get the free kick, mind you, for a too high call. He changes direction, opens up the play. I tell you what, the kick's not great, but with enough room is Sovereign again, who goes short, finds his teammate in Davidson, Brock Davidson, B-R-O-K, that's cool.
Here they
That's
go.
the way it's called, but Sale's pressure is relentless. And the ball now has gone from Leongatha's possession to a 50-50 contest, albeit momentarily the boundary line might beat all it does. Just to the left of our
And-
TRFM commentary position.
And again, they don't like anything on top of any of those the big boys, and Hopkins certainly is hard at it as well. And we've got a boundary throw in right in front of the Sale coach's box. 25 minutes gone. Lippman double fists this one towards his goals. Goes 5 metres. Now Marriott falls on the footy. Doesn't get a free kick. And we'll have a stoppage. Half forward flank for the Magpies.
Just a quick round the grounds in the North Gippsland Footy League. Thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Rosedale 2-1-13. They lead Cower just the 1 point. And Traralgon Tigers United 4-4-28 to Sale City 3 points.
McLaren handball to Geordie Descent. They got quickly tackled by Marriott. Leongatha go to him and say good tackle. Didn't really go anywhere. Still half forward flank. McGuinness takes the ruck duties against Willis. Geordie Descent won it. Got tackled by 2 Leongatha players in Marriott and Borshman.
But Scott, what it's done now for Leongatha, when they've just thrown their bodies into the play now, it's just given them that little bit more spark. So we've got that intensity from both sides. So it's incredible, this arm wrestle.
Willis tapped it over his head. Now working hard there was Cooper. Got around one. Didn't get around the next one. And a great tackle by the youngster in Jack McLaren.
Yeah, beauty. Absolute cracking tackle.
It was a strong one too. He's been very good for him in the last couple of weeks that we've seen. Jack McLaren, the youngster, drives it inside 50. Brad Descent marks. Goes up unopposed in the end. He's right on 50. Boxer's saying slow it down. Brad's saying slow it down. The crowd says let's slow this down and put it through.
He'll kick this, Scud. He will kick this goal.
Well, Baboon is right, standing on 49 metres.
Left to right again.
He is in the grandstand side. Have a little bit of protection until the ball gets to about 40 out, you'd think. Brad Descent has 2 first quarter goals from about 55. Starts at way left, and he ain't coming back at all.
How far did that come back? You thought it was going to go out of bounds 5 metres to the left of that point post, but it swung back in so close to the being a point.
No score.
Okay.
Kick
So the
goes.
ball, sorry boys, ball is brought back into play to Sovereign, who takes a mark, left back pocket. Taking a call was Westaway. He ignores that player as so he should. It was too risky. Goes long, going up. Well, about 3 minutes too early was Harry. Young Harry, jumping jack flash, went over the top of Lippman. He went up, he came down. He tried to go up again, and then the ball came over the top of him. Lippman from right half forward flank, kicks inside forward 50. Guess what? That kick was poor too, out of play on the full.
I reckon there should have been a 50-metre penalty there. The umpire was very lenient for Jackson Harry. He was working over on the man, being the man on the mark. Just stepped over it, got told to come back. Normally they don't give that allowance, but anyway, coming back in, Cameron Stone's kick out of that full out of bounds on the full. Went the directions of Bowman. He handballs to Willis. He just spins around, puts it straight up and down on his boot. Coming to meet it was Harry, couldn't quite mark it. Quick tap on there by the Magpies. Lands in the hands of, that was Simpson, who quickly gave it off to Leslie. They go inboard to Destin again this time. So Chris Baboon takes the mark, the captain for Leongatha, to relieve a little bit of pressure, and gets it out towards, looks to be Cameron Olden out there on his defensive 50.
So nice body there right in the last line of defence for Leongatha, and Olden now plays on quickly, almost too easily. 55-metre kick. Contest is on. Sale first players with hand on the mitt at ground level, but Leongatha with numbers come in, lend a hand, quick kick around the body, falls in the hands of Barnett. So Barnett just forward of right half back flank for Sale. Sale kicking to the left of radio to the scoreboard end, and they're leading 3-3-21 to 2-3-15. We're just about right on quarter time, 28 and a half minutes gone. Ball on the outer side of the ground. Lippman, the big man, plays a small man's game, gets on hands and knees to hold the ball in and does so. Umpire to ball it up.
29 minutes have gone, and the margin is 6 points. Leongatha's bench at the moment. Maskell, Dunn, Hopkins and Scalling. So, well, a couple of experienced players on the bench tonight for Leongatha. Late in this first quarter, Douse was underground handball. That was Nick. He has to go and get it again. Ganane was there for the Magpies, and then standing up in that tackle And we have a stoppage on the half-forward flank for Leongatha.
Some quick score updates in the mid-Gippy. We expected some low scores. More or less 1-1-7. They lead in one straight goal. And River North, one straight goal to Yallourn North yet to score.
Ball now, Leongatha. They quick kick forward by Borshman inside forward 50. Races on, Sale win that race. And they do it through Simpson. In fact, possibly who got that kick off the ground. Has it found the boundary line? It hasn't. But all players are beaten by the siren. You heard that in the background. Quarter time we've got here at Parrot. In fact, at Sale's home oval, the home of our Sale team, as a fight. Scud has broken out.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's right on the bench, and you won't be surprised that Littman's in there as well. There is just about all players. Someone's just got dumped out the back. That was Laverty. We'll just hold on to this for a moment. Leslie got pushed off out of this contest as well. They start to separate. There's still mouths gibbering at each other. It's been teetering on this for the whole of the first quarter. And now both of the sides are separated. Umpires are over there as well. Littman gathers his troops. A couple of slaps on the back. Westaway goes back and says, we'll reacquaint ourselves after the quarter time. Vodka 700ml, $32. And Leongatha must start this. Here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
Well, the ball thrown up, and I paused because the umpire threw the ball up and then called it back. So he'll take two. Willis had the edge on Littman, but and he actually gets a tap down on the second occasion, and then he takes Littman to the ground. Also getting taken to the ground, Martin. So quarter two starts off like the finish of quarter one. Hey boys, we're here to play. Don't get in my way. Littman up against Willis again. Littman gets the tack. Can he find a teammate? He can. Under pressure on the end of it was Williams. A kick inside forward 50. Leongatha dropping what he could have taken was Westaway, but he's got a teammate to help him out through Sovereign. Goes towards the outer side where the race is on. Turton, that player, wins the race, beating the boundary by the boundary line. Boundary throw in.
What an incredible stat there from PC in regards to Littman. 16 tap-outs on his way to 60-plus tap-outs again for the game.
Not so sure. I reckon Willis has done an equally good job there, Boxer. And
I didn't say that Willis didn't play a good game. I'm just saying he's on his way there.
I'm not sure he's on his way to 60.
Okay.
But
so
we'll
4
see.
times 16 is
64.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If I got that wrong.
You can do?
What else I could say?
A lot of stoppage.
Maybe if I say it was black, will he say it was white?
I'm not going to go and say he's going to have 60. Anyway, Littman gets this one down. There's one to your tally box.
I'm gonna
Quick kick, inside forward 50. We've got Paul Carter for that.
Yeah,
Westaway kicks around his body looking for touch. We'll find it.
No, I'm just going to do it in texter.
We
in front of him.
remember the last time, Paul.
Oh, good tackle again. I'll call the ball. Free kick taken.
Thought it was out of bounds.
Yeah, so did I, but playing was the call. I think we all stopped to have a dig at box, but the ball was still in play, and a free kick was paid. It goes Sales way through Mitch Dowse, who applied a really strong tackle. Now plays on that
Marriott.
right leg. He was taken late by Marriott. Play on the call. He went searching for Littman. Fell short. Quick kick forward from Glenane. Don't tell me it's missed all players and through for a goal. Yes, sirree. Goal for Sale. They start off the second quarter like they did the first, Boxer.
Well, it's the 30-year-old that looks like an 18-year-old that we spoke about last week has started off the second quarter the way he finished last week's game. But no, again, a great start there by Sale. We weren't sure about that free kick on that far side there, but might have been a late tackle. But quick ball inside 50 and a great goal there for the Magpies.
And on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard, Sale now out to a 12-point lead, 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Sale 4-3-27, leading Leongatha 2-3-15.
So Willis and Littman again will do battle in the middle of the ground, and this time Littman got it straight down. Marriott, though, picked it off, bust his way through the middle, gave it to Hopkins by hand. His kick, inside forward 50 towards Maskell, who marks on his chest. Fairly tight angle, though, but this is the side of the ground you want to be kicking goals.
Left footer.
Right in front of the pass players' hill. We'll have to kick this 50 metres. Have to start it just left of the left goal post, you'd think. And let the breeze.
I reckon they're going to start it just right of the left point post.
Okay, well, we'll see how far it will take it. It'll be a tough goal if it starts in that direction, you'd think, Poppy. As Cade Maskell comes in, looks to get the answer in this second quarter. Starts it just inside the left goal post and then lets the wind put it straight through the middle, if you don't mind. Cade Maskell's a star.
No, the star is Poppy, who's called. What are you looking like that for? Poppy made the call of where to put the ball, and he did exactly that, and he actually didn't really punch into the ball. He gave it a little bit of air, and he did let the wind do the rest. So it was a great goal there by Maskell. Sit down for the first time and let Paul Carter give us the scores.
And we're at the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. We have a goal apiece in this quarter, so it's back to the quarter-time margin of 6 points in Sales way. 4-3-27 to Leongatha 3-3-21, and that's on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard.
Pinpoint perfect.
And
Sorry,
I think
Paul.
Cade Maskell worked it out all by himself.
I reckon he did too. Gee Willis got the ball out of thin air, but he went to kick it and he kicked thin air. So Lippman was beaten, but it wasn't to any detriment to his Magpie side.
But it wasn't a tap.
It was not, no. That was a tap for Lippman though, but he found an opponent in Dunn. Dunn's taken to the ground.
I reckon that's 20 now.
And I reckon, is it 20 yet, Paul?
21.
Ball thrown up again. Oh, gee, line ball that one.
No.
Couldn't pick it, to be honest. Play on's the call. A handball forward it was from ground. Jordan Descent gains 10 metres. Free kick taken too high. Leongatha's way. Sam Forrester Scud will take the free kick. Left half-back flank.
Yeah, he's a tough player for him across this half-back line for the Parrots. Goes towards the wing area. Finds Hopkins. Right on the wing. Turns around. Nothing really to go to. They're all one-on-ones at the moment, so he kicks it down the line. Brown will be his target. Just got a little bit of space on McGuinness and took the mark. No, the umpire said no free kick, no mark. We'll ball it in. Hayden Brown can't believe it. And we'll have a ball up.
That's either a mark or out in the full, but it's a clean take.
Yeah, good point, Paul. Ball comes back into the field of play. This time Willis taps it down. Stone was there. Couldn't quite get a clean handball away. Now coming to help was Cooper. He lost it, then got it back. Tried to get it to Hopkins. He tried to get taken off the football by Martin. Cameron Stone stood up in a tackle, got boot the ball. Going the other direction, though, was Dowse. He did well. Now he wins it. Handball's back over the shoulder. How did he know Martin was there? He found him by hand.
Unreal.
And he gets it to the wing, but it was a volley. I think it was a half volley. And the free kick or the mark wasn't paid to Ollie Collins. And we're going to ball up inside the centre square, around centre half forward area for the Magpies.
So Willis fights hard, takes the ball out of thin air. Quick kick forward, 20 metres. Nice work. Contest on between Lippman and Willis. It's a ripper. Jackson Henry gets a kick, plays on quickly. Can't find a teammate. Sale numbers at the ground level through Martin. 60-metre kick. Can he find a teammate? He can't in the air, but he might at ground level. First player there was our mate Ollie Collins.
Free kick.
But he can't take the ball either. And there'll be a free kick to Leongatha through Sean Westaway.
Westaway got it out towards Aaron Turton on the half-back flank. He's darting around looking for an option, usually a good user of the footy. This youngster went to go out to the brand. He's really got no one to go to. He twists and turned, eventually goes back to the boundary line. And he found out there Chrissy Dunn is a long way from home. He chips it over the top of the head, not 15, the umpire said. It goes back to Dunn by hand. He just has to kick around the body. Bowman has to go back with the flight. No one can get it. There's Brown. Gave it to Skelling, who gave the run on now to Maskell. His left foot delivery inside forward 50 is centimetre perfect.
Play
he
on.
dropped it. Jack Ganane dropped the mark that he should have taken it. He fair and square in the middle of the chest. Couldn't complete it. Cooper barrels it back inside forward 50 for Leongatha out the back. They're going to mark this one, and that's neatly done. And that looks to be, is it Nagel? It is. And directly in front, we'll go back and have a shot on goal. How did Jack Ganane drop that spearing pass from Maskell?
Two mistakes from both sides. One here from young Collins here when he went to ground with the ball and we could have ran inside 50. And Ganane was lucky that the ball found itself inside 50 in Nagel's arms.
To lock it away, boys. Lock scores away again.
So Nagel directly in front. We'll have to start this at the left goal post, you'd think. Let the breeze just work it back. Not far, 25 metres out, and he does just that. Scores are all level.
Both sides are playing like they want to be in that top three position. I know we spoke about it heavily pre-game, but there was just a little bit of luck in that goal then, and Nagel found himself in the right spot with an offset kick. So the Parrots are back in this now. They've tied it all up.
Scores locked away at 4-3, 27 apiece at the 8-minute mark of the second quarter, and that's on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard.
You got the feeling, didn't you, in the first quarter when there was some physicality introduced to the game that Leongatha started to surge late, and I reckon they've responded nicely. They've had a couple of clean passages of play in the opening minutes of this second quarter that have got scores locked away. The pressure's back on sale now. Let's see, Scud, whether they can respond as good sides do.
Yeah, big moments for Monticello's. That's exactly what it is right now for Monticello's this afternoon. And Lippman got up, got a hand down on it. McLaren was the target, but Leongatha again win this stoppage. The kick around the body was from Olden. It's going to be picked off, though. Jackson Glenane had it for sale. Put it back inside 50. West away.
Yeah.
That was a free kick.
That was there.
It's
that
going
was definitely there.
Brad Descent for hacking the arms, Boxer.
It was definitely there. What they're doing now, I've just noticed it before with the other contest, what we spoke about with Collins. Westaway's lagging off his player, so they're doubling up on Descent. And then Baboon found himself in hot water because Descent looked like he had his name written all over it.
Westaway cut across the pack nicely, I thought.
It did.
I don't reckon there was any need to cut the arms of Descent there.
Well, we'll see where this one goes. There's 45 metres. Puts it on its way.
Yep.
Here's a great kick of the football when he's on song, and he's on song today. He's got 3.
Yeah, great setup there too. And you just get the ball into his hands. You can find yourself at that working with Westaway trying to pick it off, or it goes against you. This time it's gone against them.
And that lead has gone back to Sale. That one straight kick, 6 points, 5-3-33. Leongatha 4-3-27. Greenham Gippsland scoreboard, almost 10 minutes played, second quarter.
Around the grounds, thanks for Harvey Norman Furniture in the Gippsland League, quarter time.
Yeah, quarter time. Warrigal 2-3-15. They lead Terrell with just the 1 point. Moe, again, that time's only 1 point as well. Maffra 1-2-8. Bairnsdale 3-1-19, Wonthaggi 1-4-10, and Druin 1-1-7 to Morwell, who are yet to score.
All right, ball thrown up and in play. Marriott gets the first handball. They can't really gain any real yardage. Willis fighting hard in there. Around the ball, they're going okay. Nicely done on this occasion by Brock Davidson. Kick smothered just quickly. A quick kick forward by Glenane. Gains valuable meterage. And a day like today, every metre counts. And we're only a few metres from centre half forward. Sail into attack, kicking to the clubhouse end. And leading edge, you heard from Paul Carter, by the one solitary straight kick.
So we've got a ball up. Willis and Lippman again. Willis got this one down, but picked off, though, by Geordie Descent. Slaps it on the boot. Running onto this is Mitch Dowse. Quick left foot kick to a hot spot. Front spot for Boone. Over the back was Descent. Couldn't quite get there. Martin got one over the shoulder. The umpire said play on. Now he's been wrapped up in a tackle. We'll ball it up. Right, just on the back there, and they have a little bit of a tussle again. 11 minutes have gone.
The double team was there again. Westaway fed himself. Second man up.
So again, this time Willis doing all the ruck duties. It was against McGuinness on that occasion. And we'll kick off the ground, sees it go over for touch. Another boundary throw in. Willis's job today is all over the ground. He doesn't get a spell anywhere. He has to do ruck duties everywhere.
Haven't they got another ruck option, I think, from memory?
Skelling used to ruck. He plays back now, but
there was another one. Was it
Pelicano?
Yeah.
Yep. He was running around in the 2, so I think he's just come back from injury.
All right, the ball inside forward 50, but he could do with a little bit of help today as Lippman now starts to play a kick behind play. 5 has the ball. Quick handball for Glenane inside 30 metres of their Sale goals, but cut off at the pass by Cooper, Kyle type. A little mini Cooper takes the ball, right back pocket, goes towards the outside. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Possibly should have, but the man we just spoke of, Lippman, could. Nicely done. Quick handball over the top. Now McLaren. No player can get clean possession. So there'll be a ball up, left half forward flank, Sail into attack.
I like what you did there. Mini Cooper.
Thank you, mate.
Gee whiz, getting along like a house on fire. As Willis this time taps it down. Marriott was in the good spot, gave a nice handball to Hopkins, kicks along the line, and he found Chrissy Dunn. He can handball over the top. He's got the runner Nagel. Open forward line, gets over the top. Does it go towards Jackson Harry? He lets it bounce. He's got a couple to beat. He kicks it to the hot spot. Maskell will run onto this, pick it up, and put it through. Great work by the Parrots. If you don't mind, Maskell now has 3 goals.
Fantastic setup there too. We're a bit worried then too when Harrod could get to the ball, but he was good enough to win the ball on the bounce and get the ball inside where it found Cade Maskell just run onto it into an open goal.
And on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard, we've played 13 minutes into the second quarter. The scores are locked away once again on 5-3, 33 apiece.
Gee, that happened pretty quick, didn't it? I think it started from Marriott's clean work around the stoppage, and Hopkins. Those 2 boys are starting to get some run, link up, and the forwards certainly know where to run.
Yeah, the smarts of Chrissy Dunn too. They got the ball moving quickly, and they got him on the run.
Sale pressing up forward, aren't they? But when they burn the ball, they've got to work back hard. Lippman's been working hard all day. Thumps the ball 10, 15 metres. Roving McLaren fed it out. Couldn't find a teammate. Turnover. Leongatha got a chance to go forward from right half back flank. Oh, losing his footing and almost losing the ball, Leongatha, but they've got enough players around the ball, one of which is the man Cooper. His kick is poor and goes in the arms of Ethan Dyer for sale, who will now send the Magpies forward from the outer side wing.
Yeah, kicks down the line, looking for Desson, goes over his head though, and Chris Verboon read it better on this occasion. Halfback flank comes inboard, finds Hopkins. Does it open him up for him? He just stops and props and waits, goes back to the boundary side, and he finds out there in Nagel. He is too far out. He's on the wing. He's a long way from home is what I was getting at. So he chips it over the top to Stone. Just taking their time a little bit, the Parrots. Inboard kick could be dangerous.
No.
Brown is under pressure. Spoiled down McLaren. So Brown had to go and tackle again. Won the footy back. He did well, but it's been picked off. Half back there was Nick Dowse. Gave it backwards to Lippman. He kicks it towards the wing area. And again, Verboon and Desson. What a great battle that's been so far for Monticello's big moments. It's a good matchup, box of those two.
Yeah, I do like it. Verboon's just that smart backman. He's just playing him in front, just hoping to win the ball at ground level because Brady's such a big guy. But he's just had him on that one-on-one contest down forward, though.
Scores level here, Poppy.
Yeah, ball just short of left half forward flank. Sail into attack, but Willis thumps the ball 20 metres Leongatha's way to force another boundary throw in. Almost smack bang outer side of the ground on the centre wing. It'll be thrown back in, maybe a metre or two Leongatha side, as Willis from Leongatha will contest with Lippman. Lippman had front position, worked it well. Not sure he got a clean possession. Not sure that having the ball there was Marriott, but play on was the call. He'll get a second go. Dances around, dispossessed, play on. Again, Leongatha got numbers, nicely done. Feigned a handball and Cooper kicks to centre half forward. Leongatha into attack. And they just need to find a man here, and they have. And they do it through that man in Maskell. An absolute beauty from 55 metres on that left side. And can you believe it? He's got 4, and we're only 3/4 of the way, if that, through the second quarter of this beautiful game of footy.
So we've got a shootout between Brad Desson and Cade Maskell. That left foot is an absolute cracker. He kicked that just inside 50. The wind just carried it around and just bounced through on the right bounce.
Wasn't a pretty kick.
Wasn't a pretty kick, but he's just got that just enough penetration to get that goal.
And that's the first lead change of the match, and it's come at the 16-minute mark of the second quarter. Leongatha now ahead by 6 points, 6-3-39 to Sale 5-3-33. Greenham, Gippsland scoreboard.
So it took the umpire 3 minutes to walk through the middle of that patch to get to the centre circle then.
A little bit heavy in the middle again, Willis and Lippman. Lippman got up, put it straight down. Leslie was in there, but winning it through the middle was Brown. He handballed backwards, missed his target. Allowed Martin to come in, get ball to boot. Goes out wide. The run there is Mitch Bowen. He allows it to bounce a couple of times. Now he gets it. Gets around one tackler in Stone. Lowers the eyes, comes in towards Simpson. Just overran it at the crucial stage. It allowed Leongatha to come in through Scowling, but he was wrapped up in a tackle quickly. And right on the defensive 50, we're going to ball up at the 17-minute mark. And as you just heard, Leongatha hit the front for the first time. They lead it by 6 points.
So Willis gets the tap down, but Fife was the first player there. He overruns it as well. At the moment, things just popping Leongatha's way, like this occasion. Jackson Harry in front of his man, plays on quickly, handballs it off, finds Marriott, goes towards right half forward flank. And the hero of the show, Cade Maskell, takes the mark. He's outside 50. Hasn't stopped him before, but he's against the wind now. It falls short in the hands of his teammate in Olsen. In fact, Olden. And Olden from 45 metres out, possibly 50. It's a big kick, so he goes short.
Bad check in there.
No, Jackson Harry, all of a sudden, a couple of cracks starting to open up for this Sale side. Hey, they're only down by 6 points, mind you, but Leongatha are just finding passages forward, Boxer.
So, Poppy, that change now with Willis has gone off the ground. It looks like Nagel is going to go into the ruck against Lippman.
All right, that'll be an interesting contest.
Oh, that's a big moment too, especially if Leongatha get this one. It could just be a bit for Sale to start to get back on top now. As Jackson Harry will come in, 40-degree angle from about 40 metres, leans back on it, doesn't really make the distance, and... Maskell came from nowhere to nearly take the mark in the field of play, but it was just over the line for out of bounds on the full.
You see the difference, though, coming from different sides of the ground. He battled to get 35 metres.
As Shane Fife kicks it back in, and that goes 65. Tried to get over the back of Cameron Stone, who brought it to ground. Sailor got some numbers. Leslie just kicks it off the ground. Goes again. Coming in hard was Cooper, and did well, Kyle Cooper. He gave it a handball out, just missed it, so he goes again. Now he tries to stand up in that tackle from Bowen.
He's having a good quarter, is Cooper, isn't he? Absolute beauty.
And he's a nuggety sort of half-back flanker, so even more of an important role. Littman won the tap down. Goes to that man, Bowen. And kicks inside forward 50, a spoil. Down at ground level was Chris Baboon, who was happy to see that go over. We apologise to Mitch if we're getting his surname wrong. It's a tough one.
Just a quick round the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. And it's half-time in the AFL, and it's the Magpies 5-6-36. They lead Melbourne 2-6-18. And in the other game, Port Adelaide 5-7. They lead the Sydney Swans 3-9.
Ball thrown back in, sailing to attack, trailing by a goal deep into the second quarter. Ball held in, umpire will ball it up. We're 40 metres now from Sale's goals. We've played 19 and a half minutes of the second quarter. Sale a 5-3, Leongatha a 6-3, both sides. Desperate for a win, as we told you pre-game. A top 3 spot on the end, possibly, of the result.
Round the grounds for the TRFM Gippsland League. Bairnsdale trailing Wonthaggi by a point now, 27-28. Maffra lead by 10 points over Moe. And we're just getting some Morwell Druin scores and the Traralgon Warrigal scores for you as well.
55 metres now, as Leongatha have got numbers around the ball. Oh, gee, some bodies going in there hard, and one of those bodies is Sale, a left foot kick, I reckon, from 5 within 30 metres. Got held up, though, with that strong breeze, and Bowman, Scud has the ball with a mark, just with the boundary a metre or two to his right-hand side.
So he brings it back into the field of play, a wobbly sort of drop punt kick, drop short. Ground level there was Martin. Oh, didn't have the football, and there'll be a free kick. He got ripped off it by Jack Ganane.
He just made sure the umpire saw that too, though, Scud.
Oh, well and truly there is Martin.
When are you going to bring lollies?
70 metres out. You don't need them, Box. Have a look at yourself.
Have a look.
Puts it straight back in the direction, and Baboon reading it nicely. Switches it quickly. They try to get the run out towards Forrester. He's got an absolute paddock. Freeman's in pursuit. He has one bounce, Forrester. Comes back inboard to the point of the square. Nicely done to Cameron Olden. He's got numbers inboard as well. Hopkins is one of those. Quick handball to Stone. His kick, though, under pressure, goes high up and down. Borshman can't mark it. Roving it nicely was Turton. He puts it to the hot spot. Maskell's going to get another one. He takes the mark at the top of the square and will go back and look to get 5 goals and a half of football. Cade Maskell. And I must say, great work to Aaron Turton as well. Had to be clean at half forward after the high kick. The front and centre was perfect, and the quick kick found Maskell.
It was a nice reward for a risky change of play, but they moved the ball quickly. Came grandstand side, found the corridor, went long. Nicely called. What a start.
So Cade Maskell, 21 and a half minutes gone, second quarter. They lead by 6. They now lead by 12, and Maskell has 5.
What a return already. We're not even at half-time yet, too, so well done to Maskell. Just a quick one, just off the ball, Scud. Again, it's come off for Sale. He was limping pretty badly, and it's that massive bruise he's got on the inside of his leg. It's huge. He didn't look very comfortable at all.
And on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard, now a 12-point lead to Leongatha. We've played 22 minutes into the second quarter. Leongatha 7-3-45, leading Sale 5-3-33. The Gatherer kicked 5 of the last 6 goals.
I've got some scores from the Drew and Morwell game. It's Drew and 2-1-13. They lead Morwell just the 2 points.
So Maskell kicked 4 last week against Druin in a big win. He's kicked 5 to half-time in a crucial game. So, well, it's been a couple of big weeks for Maskell.
Well, the ball has gone over the fence.
I think someone's just taken off with the ball.
Is that Pekingese again?
Yeah, it's gone.
We've got the footy back. We've got the footy back. However, we have a brand spanking new one out there. And a big moment for Monticello's because Sale must get one before half-time, you'd think, but winning it from the stoppage there was Olden. He gets it out to the wing area. Turton will mark. He can turn around. Borshman presents to the line. He goes shorter, though, to Forrester, who marks it. And he pulls up. Fife did well to man the mark there on the far side on the wing area. Drives his left foot in at top of the 50. They go over the top of Maskell's head. And this time Reece Carter takes the mark for the Magpies. Paul. Poppy.
He does too. He takes the ball, but he gives it back to where it came, back to Sam Forrester. who has the ball. He'll go on that left side. He's on the outer side wing. Goes inboard, searching inside the corridor. Couldn't find. Leslie was the man that he wasn't looking for because he wears a different colour jumper. He's from left half back flank, goes to left half forward flank. Went searching with a kick for Freeman. Freeman was beaten to the ball by the boundary.
Mark tally this quarter, boys, is 22-3, Leongatha's way.
Wow, they're moving the ball nicely. They haven't been burning it, actually, have they? They've been patient. And as we said, there's been some gaps, and they've worked them nicely.
Well, that's the 18-point turnaround right there. 6 points they trailed by at quarter time. They now lead it by 12. All on the back of those marks, I think. As Willis slaps this one, didn't go anywhere. And quickly wrapping up in the tackle there was Skelling.
I think it's just their midfield's really got on top of the game now too. The numbers around the stoppage, it'll be interesting to see what the guys have picked up in stats for this quarter, but their midfield is really on top.
Clearances 11-6, Leongatha's way, and 4 centre clearances to the Parrots.
And hit-outs this quarter?
11-10.
They just got another one then.
Yeah, Lippman just got one quick kick forward though. From the back,
10.
McLaren. 20 metres out, Tesson claims a mark. Play-on's on call. The race is on. First player there's going to be Gooch. Couldn't pick up the ball. We'll give him a break. There was plenty of pressure.
No. Look, that was the case where you've got to go off the ground. He could have actually gone off the ground.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just saying it was tough, but he could have gone off the ground.
All right. Right at the point of the square, this ball up will occur. And Willis will do the ruck duties. Ruckman let it bounce. Sliding in there was Ollie Collins. This time Gooch grabbed it and had a fresh airy. Big pressure tackle there from Bowman at the ground level as well. Gooch is on the bottom of the pack. And we'll have another ball up.
Another thing you could have done is what I would have done, not broken stride, picked up one hand, bang.
Yep. You could have
pick and kick.
You could have done that too.
Before you even stood up, the ball's on the boot, bang, goal. I'd be back at the outer side wing now. The ball, though, is inside forward 50. And Sale's still applying.
And doing your hair.
Ball
And not only that, Poppy, you would have been there to get it too.
Right. 2 goals the difference, boys. Nearly half time. Sale into attack. They're desperate to close that margin down, but at the moment, Leongatha are responding beautifully. Done. His kick is poor. Out of play on the full. Sale have another chance, Scud.
Yeah, 26 minutes have gone. We've had a number of goals kicked this quarter. 5 to Leongatha, 2 to Sale. So you'd think, Paul, this quarter could go about 30.
Yeah, it probably would be. It was 29 and a half last quarter.
So we've still got about 4 minutes of play, perhaps, as Lippman drives it back inside forward 50. A big fly from Freeman, who couldn't mark. Front and square was Geordie Desson. The kick goes straight up and down. Gooch surely not trying to claim that one. He got wrapped up from a Bowman tackle.
And that's the other stat. Leongatha have only gone inside forward 57 times for 5 goals.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've been fairly open too, haven't they? That's the key. It's all numbers in this forward 50 here for Sale. Hard to score. They get a chance though. 5 gets one towards Martin. He's a left footer. Quickly gets ball to boot. Scrubboat's going to go through. Touch on the last line for Chris Baboon. Great work. He's had a big battle this afternoon, but that was a goal-saving touch.
5-4-34 is the Sale score on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard. Leongatha 7-3-45.
So Baboon's big paw saved the day momentarily, and they come out of the defensive 50, chipping it around nicely. Forrester on the end of it. Can he find a teammate? The drilling kick went through the hands of Nigel, but they've got some good runners, and one of those is this bloke. It's Chrissy Dunn. Goes inboard. Take 2, and now from left half forward flank, the youngsters are moving the ball nicely. Maskell, who's kicked 5, if you don't mind. That leaping left leg goes to within 30 metres. Ganane held without the ball. Can you believe that, Jack Ganane? He can't believe it. Didn't think it was there.
No.
But he'll take the kick nonetheless.
Laverty doesn't believe he did either. Boxer shakes his head.
Play on for mine, Box.
That was play on for me too.
Yeah, I'd agree. As Laverty just asked the question there, the umpire, he's right in front of the pass player's hill.
So, Scud, where does he get this? Left of goal post or right of point post? I think he goes left of goal post this time.
And exactly where the goal was kicked last time, which was just left of the goal post.
Oh, he's another 20 metres out, was the big fella.
So Jack Ganane comes in. He usually gets his goal in most games so far this year. Right footer, and he started where Poppy told him to a couple of moments ago, and that went through for a minor score.
Just what it deserved. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
they're game-changing decisions, especially inside 50, that close to goal, but he wasn't able to finish it off.
Back to a 2-goal lead for Leongatha, 7-4-46, Sale 5-4-34, Grenham Gippsland scoreboard. Boys, does it matter if you're left footer or right footer there? Because a right footer can actually kick it better into the breeze.
I agree.
I would have thought a right footer would have been in a better position. So regrets how great the goal was by Maskell.
Yeah. But a natural left to right swing from a left footer.
Well, bringing it back in, it will be Laverty, who just gave away that free kick.
Your knowledge just amazes me, Poppy.
Kicks in towards Lippman. Couldn't quite mark it. He has to do some ground level work. Try to crash the way through the pack there was Borshman. Now Hopkins with a strong tackle. Lippman gave it to Gooch. Martin tapped it over the head. Turton tried to run through and pick it up and then driven into the ground there.
Let me
Gooch
say
with
this,
a strong
Boxer.
tackle.
I like what you're wearing today.
Thank you, mate.
Goodness
The
gracious.
ball inside forward 50.
I just got a message.
Leongatha
Poppy
into
get
attack.
a room.
Wait till half time. Ball with Leongatha. I'm always up for that during the break. Here we go. Ball from half back. Frank Sale from half back to half forward. 5 on the end of it. I thought taken high. The umpire was there. He said play on. Five's running around looking for his head. Wait a minute. He's got it. He's put it back on.
And Fife has moved himself forward too, boys. So he did this last quarter against Moe last week, and just to mix it up just a fraction as the two ruckmen go at it in the middle of the ground. Borshman is in there for Leongatha, lost it. And we'll do it again, 29.5, nearly just touching 30 minutes. You'd think the siren's due to go.
And Willis is leading this quarter 13-12. There we go.
Well, let's have a look at this one. Again, Lippman got that one, so it's square in that ruck duty. Stone had a fresh airy. Marriott decided to pick it up and give it to Hopkins. Those two are Batman and Robin this so far today. It goes inside forward 50. Here's Nagel. Quick get ball to boot. And he does. It's dribbling in the square. Who's going to kick it off the ground? Sale get there first. Whoa, Reece Carter nearly threw it through. We have a minor score, 30.5 minutes gone.
And it's a 13-point lead to Leongatha, 7-5-47 to Sale 5-4-34, and that's on the Grenham Gippsland scoreboard.
You'd reckon a matter of seconds to go. Sale from half back. They've got a little bit of room to move, but the pressure from Leongatha closes up the chop, but only momentarily. Inboard they go through the corridor. They find McLaren, or in fact Simpson. Simpson goes over the top. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Leongatha will live to fight another day through Cooper. Another touch from him, but he turns the ball over as well in the tricky conditions. And Sale come from Barnett towards right
Gooch.
half forward flank. Good grab by Gooch, who feeds off to Williams, who goes inside forward 50 over the arms or the head of Descent and beaten to the boundary line. No, it's still in play, and Leongatha are leading the way.
So Dunn missed the handball there to Borshman. Leslie tried to win it. Willis picks it up off the deck and gets tackled. The two ruckmen have been great at ground level today. And we're going to stoppage at the top of the 50.
Just those rush kicks, let them down there.
Yep. So this time Willis got it. Tapped again from Marriott. Straight in the hands of Brown. And the siren sounds. 31.5 minutes it went. It's half-time. It's a 13-point margin to Leongatha. They kicked 5 goals to 2 in that quarter. They trailed by 6 at quarter time. They now lead it by 13 points. Leongatha 7-5-47. Sale of 5-4-34. Cade Maskell, the star in the first half. He's got 5 goals. And you're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM for Harvey Norman Electrical. Fantastic deals, incredible range. You can rush in store today.
Let's go, Boxer.
The freshest way to start the day. Gabby and Dan, the TR Morning Crew.
Gabby was shocked to learn that as a 30-year-old I couldn't drive a manual, so she tried to teach me. But it was a case of the blind leading the blind, I feel, especially when it came to reversing.
Is that definitely in reverse?
I don't know, mate.
Have a feel.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It don't feel right. Or maybe sometimes there's a latch.
Oh,
you
do we
gotta
have to
pull.
put a latch on? Oh, car, the car. No, the car.
That's why we stole before we're in 6. Okay, let's reverse.
Check out the video for yourself on the TRFM Facebook page.
Weekday mornings when you wake up on TRFM.
Harvey Norman Cooking. Everything for the heart of your home. Spend $3.99 or more on selected cooking appliances in one transaction and receive bonus Wolf Blass wine, valued at $300. Buy now with 50 months interest free. No deposit, no interest with 50 equal monthly payments until September 2023. Minimum financed amount $750. Approved applicants only. Interest applies if you do not comply with terms and conditions. Fees and exclusions apply. Bonus wine via redemption. See in store for details. Bonus wine offer. Limited time only at Harvey Norman.
Go!
Traralgon Mitsubishi's Diamond Day sale is now on. 10 days only. Huge savings plus grab a 7-year warranty, up to 2 years free servicing and $1,000 of free genuine accessories. The time is now. Traralgon Mitsubishi. T's and C's apply. LMCT 10285.
Here's a deal worth dipping into. For just $9.95, share 24 Chicken McNuggets with your mate. Take the plunge with 24 Chicken McNuggets.
Game plan they started with. They spread the ball well. They ran in numbers well. They didn't allow Leongatha to close them down. Game on now, boys.
Well, a couple of extra numbers around this stoppage right on that wing. The centre circle is close to the wing area, and we'll have a secondary ball up.
I was actually going to see how long it was going to take to have your numbers actually where the ball is, rather than have two players on the far side, on the dead side of the ground.
So Sale, got 5 forwards now. Coming to meet that off the line there was Mitch Dowse. Couldn't take the footy with him, and quickly wrapped up in a strong tackle is Geordie Descent. So it's 5 forwards for Sale. Make it 4 now, and only 4 for Leongatha as well. All the other forwards are up at this stoppage, which is on the wing area. And ground level was Marriott to win it. Oh, he got tackled. Beautifully done by Glenane. And he had one wing just tackled there. And didn't quite give the footy back either, but Jackson Glenane has it. Numbers are back. He can get in quickly to Brad Desson, who's got a bit of a run and a leap at it. Goes up. Baboon closes. Drops the mark in the end. Then took on the tackler of Freeman. Ball spills out. Snap around the body was from Mitch Dowse. Dangerous spot. It goes over the back.
Oh, great mark.
Great mark by Mitch Bound. And he will go back on the point of the square and look to get his first goal of the afternoon. Are we all agreeing on Bound? Thank you for the support, boys.
Yeah, I reckon that's how you say it.
Rightio, as he comes in 1.5 minutes into this third quarter. It's a big moment for Monticello as the youngster comes in and puts it through the middle. He loves it, and it might just be the spark the Magpies needs to get them back into this game.
Well, Scud, I actually didn't think we were talking about how we pronounce his name. I actually thought, was he going to kick the goal, because of the fact that we've seen a few kicks from that side of the ground drop short or get pushed across by the wind. But a great mark. What we've seen both sides have done really well today is just bringing that ball inside the hot spot when they're under pressure, and we've seen marks and goals come from that every single time.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard sees Leongatha's lead back to 7 points. 6-4-40 Sale, 7-5-47 Leongatha.
Contested ball, it's starting to heat up, flying high, nice tap. Lippman gains 10 metres, only as far though as Kyle Cooper. He's now on the ball after a good second quarter. Kick towards right half forward flank. Jackson Glenane though cuts it off, goes forward to left half forward flank. They got some runners. A quick kick from the boot of Leslie, tumbles over the top. They got their chance to kick 2 inside a minute. Free kick, holding the ball. Last line of defence. A good tackle it was. It'll go Leongatha's way, and it's going to go the way of Sam Forrester.
Quickly called to play on, so he has to go lateral to Cooper. Found him right in front of the scoreboard here at Sale. The Magpies kicking towards the RAF base end of the ground. Leongatha towards the hospital. Kick goes towards Willis, drops it. Glenane there was handled over the top to Mitch Dowse. Gave it to Fife. He's a left footer. Kicks it to the square. Over the back, Baboon spoiled. Comes to ground. Handball from Collins. Oh, great work there by Cameron Stone. But he just blazed away under pressure. And it lands in the hands of the left footer Fife. Pass player's hill. He comes backwards to Jackson Glenane. And he can mark it. He can go lateral again to Lippman. He goes up and marks. Brad Descent presented. There was a bit of a hole there, but the big ruckman said, no, I'm going to put this right at the top of the square and let the big boys fly as he unloads. It's a wobbly one. It's going to go back towards Fife direction. He has to spoil in the end. Goes towards the handball now of Jackson Glenane, who kicks it. Wobbly one. Front spot. Oh, Gooch had a couple of pieces of that one. And we've got a stoppage as Freeman tried to crash his way through.
I reckon Fife, in hindsight, should have backed himself in from the boundary and had a go at the goals. Great captain's goal. It could have been. We'll never know. Ball now thrown up just 20 metres out from Sale's goals. Pressure's on. Sale lifted. No question about that. Their intensity's good. The ball will be bounced down. As I say, 20 metres from the Sale goals. The home side trailing by 7 points. 4 minutes gone. Third quarter. Ball bounced up again. First player there is the player in Bowman. He's taken off the ball. Quick kick forward by Gooch. Offline through for a minor score.
One straight kick the difference on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Sale 6-5-41. Leongatha 7-5-47.
Short kick from Chris Baboon. Found Forrester again. Scoreboard side. Grandstand side he comes. Wobbly helicopter kick. Bowman had to go low and couldn't get it. He's got no one go to him, so he just waited and waited, then gave it across to Alden, who kicked it down the line. Thacker was there, goes backwards to Carter. He gets around one. Now the right foot kick back towards half forward. Fife just does a little bit of protecting work and beautifully done. And it allowed Mitch Dowse to take a mark, and, well, he nearly got an extra 50 metres added onto that one. As Mitch Dowse now puts it in towards the descent direction. Littman's there as well. No one can mark it. Brad tried to tap it to himself. Forrester handball over the top to Bowman, who missed it. Now Davidson comes in. Quick handball, lands in the hands of Sculling, then to Marriott, kicks around the body. Maskell's been busy, wins it, goes towards half forward. Nagel is there with Thacker. Thacker throws him away. Good little tap on there by Jackson Harry. Nagel tried to go off the ground by hand, and Reece Carter falls over, takes the ball with him. Boundary throw in, right where the 50 meets the boundary line, but we're in the Leongatha's attacking 50 now.
Gee, they're really prepared to really push that ball forward really quickly, Leongatha, and just hope their runners get it run onto it.
Yeah, indeed. They on the break, they rebound beautifully, don't they, Leongatha? That's probably been one of the shining lights of the Parrots' play. Inside forward 50, the Parrots are right now. Front of the pack, nicely tapped down by Jackson Harry. Couldn't find a teammate. Sale jump on the ball, and Leongatha jump on that player. And I reckon it was Jack Ganane, last player up on the top of Jordan Descent. 40 metres out, Leongatha's goals there, trying to respond to the early supremacy that Sale have shown. I thought Martin got rid of it by the hand. The umpire said yes. Free kick will go Leongatha's way, and it'll go the way of Nick Nagel.
And he's just pointed two of the goals. He's going to have a crack at this. He'll have to kick at 55. But he has got the wind coming across the front. The Sale Football Netball Club looking after us magnificently again with the great food they provide for us as Nick Nagel. They lead by 6 to the Parrots. A quick early goal for Sale. Can Nagel respond from 51? Wobbly helicopter across the face, and it's over for a minor score.
Taking Leongatha to 7-6-48 in the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. A 7-point lead over Sale, 6-5-41. 7 minutes played, third quarter.
That was a good build-up, Boxer. Nick.
Yes.
You with us? Yep. The ball now, Sale, towards the outer side of the ground. Sorry, Nick's just having a piece of quiche. The ball towards the outer side of the ground. Right half, back flank for Sale. There,
sling tackle.
Well, another free kick. It's going to go Leongatha's away again. On the end of that could be...
it's going to go Forrester, I think. Westaway tried to take the free kick. So
Forrester towards the left half forward flank. They're kicking to the clubhouse end, if you know the Sale home ground. He's thinking about going inboard. The numbers are back. Yeah, you've got 34 of 36 players. Forward of Forrester. Falls to the front of the pack. First player there was Cameron Stone, beaten to the ball. Quick kick out of the danger zone by Sale. Tell you what, it's a real arm wrestle at the moment. Not much room to wiggle for both sides. So the umpire says, give me a bit of room and I'll ball it up towards the outer side of the wing, Boxer.
For Harvey Norman Furniture around the grounds, TRFM Gippsland League around 16.
These are half-time scores. It's Warrigal 3-4-22. They lead Traralgon 1-1-7.
We've got a blood rule, so take a bit of time here, Boxer.
No worries. Mapra 3-2-20. They lead Moe 1-4-10.
Important blood rule too, boys.
Yeah, okay.
Littman.
Bairnsdale 6-5-41. Wonthaggi 5-6-36. And Druin 2-1-13. Tamul just the 2 points.
Tough conditions, you'd think, with a couple of those scores down in the valley.
Just a couple of messages that have come through. It's pretty tough conditions, especially in the valley itself.
Well, and have a look at this. Sun shining, breeze going across the ground. And they had the blood rule, but they decided not to wait for the player to go back on. And Mitch Dowse was the one coming on, so they're one short. Mitch Dowse now getting into the middle of the ground. We've had a couple of kicks around the body.
Dane McGuinness came on before him.
Okay, there you go. They made a change as well at the same time, did they?
Yep. Did you see Littman? He had a little cut.
Across the eye.
Was it across the eye, was it?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're going to ball up just at the top of the 50. Not much transpired in the last 30 seconds there as Gooch took the ruck duty. Kick around the body from Geordie Descent. Just trying to find touch, and he does it beautifully. We've got a boundary thrown on the wing. Boxer, if you're the coach there of Sale now, or Leongatha as Sale are off, what do you need to do? Box. We need your special comments, Boxer. We're midway. We're 10 minutes into this all-important third quarter. Crucial game. We need your special comments.
All right, back to the play now. Ball thrown back in. Willis gets a tap. Nicely done. Oh, geez, they gave it up when they didn't need to. Kane Martin on the end of it. Inside forward 50. Fife was the target. Beaten to it by Vaboom. His left leg wasn't great. He butters it up and tries to get down at ground level and pick up possession to shoot off a handball. He doesn't. So it will be a bounce down. Sale, right half forward flank now, kicking to the scoreboard end and trailing by 7 points.
I wouldn't need a chicken kebabi thing. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for those special comments.
Absolutely beautiful.
Kicks goes to Martin. So Kane Martin for the Magpies has it. They trail by 7 points to the Magpies. They kick it in towards forward 50. Fife has to spoil. Cameron Stone was there. Gave it to Sovereign. His kick was partially smothered. Willis, well, he put Westaway under a bit of pressure. He did have to blaze away the 2-on-1. And, well, the 2 wins. And a free kick will be awarded to Kane Martin, who cut one over the head.
One of the better players today. Martin plays on quickly. Handball, off they go. Nicely done. They do it through Leslie. So Leslie inside forward 50. The kick wasn't as good as it needs to be when you're under pressure. He had a few gaps to work with. Couldn't find a teammate, and consequently, the ball will be thrown down right in front of Sale's goals, but 30 metres from them.
Kane Martin still rubbing his head after that knock. Now it goes in his direction now with Brown, and Martin just wins it. Goes to ground again. Again, squeeze a handball out. Geez, a good warrior for the Magpies. Quick kick there was from Dowse. Inside 50 it goes. No one can really win a clean possession. And, well, Maskell's gone down to help out. Looks like down back. It might not be Maskell. It may have been Forrester back there as well. He put a strong tackle on, and we've got a ball up inside forward 50, Poppy.
We have, so good tap down there. Didn't pick the player, but it was definitely Sale with Lippman off, but Willis gets down and gets dirty, kicks 30 metres forward towards the outer side of the ground where the race is on now. Who's going to be first there? Dowse led the way early, but under pressure gave the ball up. Nicely done, and it was fighting hard was Thacker, and Thacker holds the ball in again. Another ball up. Probably had a dozen or so of these in this third quarter. We've only played 11 minutes, so it's been a lot of contested footy. Taken without the ball, yeah. Free kick paid. Played for it, but paid nonetheless. And I reckon it could have been Bowman with the ball.
Yep.
Outer side wing, looks inboard, wants to find the corridor. That's been guarded nicely by Freeman, so he goes along the line deep inside forward 50. The man down there who's been good was Maskell. Couldn't find that player. Or taken high maybe was Nick Dowse. Play on was the call. Fighting hard, the Magpies, through levity. But right on the arc of 50, and I mean right on the arc of 50, the umpire will ball it up again. Leongatha into attack. The margin, 7 points, favouring the visitors.
12 and a half minutes has gone. Third quarter. Geordie Descent tried to break through a Hopkins tackle. Comes out though. Great handball from Marriott to Stone. Don't argue. Hard up on the boundary line. And Cameron Stone. Can you believe it? Hard up on the point post. There's your goal of the day, if you don't mind. Cameron Stone.
That was just a goal out of nothing. Wasn't it really? And he probably wasn't pretty lucky there not to get done and pinged for going a little bit too far. But the umpire didn't call it, so it doesn't matter. It was a great goal on the wrong side for a wrong right footer.
And that takes Leongatha's lead back out to their half-time lead of 13 points at the 13-minute mark of the third quarter. 8-6-54 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard to Sale 6-5-41.
Right footer.
Didn't he kick left foot then?
His right foot on the left-hand side of the goals.
Yeah.
Makes it the right side.
Oh, here we go again.
Ball up, back to the middle they go. Big important centre clearance here. Sale, do they win it? They can. Looks like McLaren's taken the long sleeves off, drives it towards half forward. Gets to the back. Gooch is there. He's got 2 to beat. One of those is Sculling. He just taps it back. They both go to ground. Freeman comes in to pick it up. Good tackle by Kelly. And now we're in Sale forward 50. Fife decides to marshal his troops to set it up behind the play. They need something from their stoppage. Big moments for Monticello's. Willis tapped it straight down to Nagel. He barrels one, and a torpedo goes out towards the wing area. Maskell picks it up. He's like a cat. Gave it to Davidson. His target, handball missed the target. McLaren comes in. Leslie. Bowman goes hard. Maskell again. He wins it. He's been super for the Parrots. He gets a handball out to Nagel, and they might just relieve some pressure. 1-2 handball. Nagel kicks it down the line towards half forward.
Yeah, right half forward flank. Fortuitous Banch was Cade Maskell looking for it. Loses his footing. A kick off the ground by Jackson Harry, and the race is on between Harry and also Carter, and the boundary wins out. The Leongatha boys are calling for
they're
deliberate.
They're reminding them about the deliberate at the other end of the ground in the second quarter. They're ropeable.
So inside forward 50 now, Leongatha with a margin of just 7 points, but into attack and wanting to apply the screws somewhat. Willis tries to get rid of Lippman and Cart. A thump with his left paw by Lippman. Taken off the ball was Mitch Bowen, but the umpire says good tackle, but didn't have a fair opportunity to get rid of it. Now Willis and Lippman. Lippman gets a free kick. Not sure what it was seen, what he saw that I didn't, but nevertheless it was paid to the big man.
So Lippman gets it towards the wing. Gooch is the target. West away though. Read it nicely. Takes the intercept mark. All the numbers in front of West away at the moment. Does he go backwards to try and bounce it around? No. He kicks it to the top of the 50. Maskell will fly at the back. Can't quite get up. Numbers there with Dowse. Maskell again grows at ground level. Gets it out. Squeezes a handball out there. Looks to be from... looks like a change of jumper down there. We'll get to that one in a moment. As we're going to have a boundary throw-in right on the boundary line. It might have been Cameron Olden's the one I'm thinking of, but he's still wearing the 34. So Olden sees it over. We've got a boundary throw-in. 15, make it 16 minutes gone. 13-point margin. Leongatha are pressing.
So Lippman now feeds it off to Martin, one of the best on ground. That left leg gains 85 metres, and the race for pace is on. The player to lead the way is from Leongatha. Chris Verboom has enough time to pick up the ball, settle with his left leg. Just pressure at the last minute was enough to cause a turnover of sorts.
Well done.
Nicely done. Simpson got rid of it. Over the top they go, and they do it nicely through Ollie Collins. He has the ball just short of right half forward flank, does Collins. Leongatha has pushed back, so he tries to square it up. The ball falls short. Leongatha were there, and they were at ground level as well, but the quick kick forward only went as far as Leslie. Takes a mark, plays on quickly. Can he find a teammate?
Nick Nagel.
He cannot, so Nagel takes a mark in the very last line of defence. 15 metres out from Sales goals with the boundary line in front of him and the ground fence behind him. He sums up his best options.
So he drives a right foot drop punt towards his half-back line. Over the back it goes. Collins gave it inboard to Simpson. He gets it further inboard. Oh, crunched in a tackle was Luke Williams. And a free kick to Leongatha at half-back. Marriott, no, it's going to come back there. It looks to be Harry. It was a crunching tackle, and Jackson Harry's rewarded. Goes lateral. Oh, Dunn had to dive for it. And he marked it in the end, and now they've got one on, and Nagel's pushed up to the half-back on the near side. Quickly gets off the mark, chips it over the top. Skelling presents. Can't quite take the chest mark. It might come back. Barnett ran over it. Skelling goes again. Now Turton swooped on it, picked it up to Forrester. Little neat kick. Olden, he plays on. Chips the kick over the top to Dunn. Nicely done by Dowse.
Yeah, so Dowse now with a defensive 50 behind him. Looks grandstand side. No, go short. Mo only inches inboard to Martin, who's been busy. He's at left half back flank.
13-point margin.
Grandstand side. Again, Leongatha have just closed a lot of these gaps down, so he goes for distance, and he gets a bit of it too. 55. Lippman's on the end of it. 5 at ground level. Quick kick forward. We got a one-on-one contest. The bounce of the ball is crucial. Desson gets a bounce, feeds it off Knowsley, and he goes to Mitch Dowse, who will walk in a goal for Sale. And boys, the game is back on. Well and truly.
Shane Fife.
Absolutely, Shane Fife. And then Brad Desson, just inside 50. You never see a real big man give up the ball that easy, but he's just tapped it to his advantage, and just the pace of Dowse just got him on the hop. A goal that they needed. I think it was the last time they kicked the goal was when?
2-minute mark.
2-minute mark. So it's great to see that they're back on the scoreboard now. We're back get themselves back into this game.
And on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, it's a 7-point lead to Leongatha, 8-6-54 to Sale, 7-5-47, and we're playing just on 19 minutes in this quarter.
Just enough for Shane Fife to get a clean kick away under pressure. Was enough to go forward again. Great game of football here on a Saturday afternoon. Hopefully you're enjoying it on TRFM. Willis got the tap down. Glenane there in the middle for Magpies. Gave it back to Laverty. His left foot kick to half forward. Good attacking there is, it was young fella in Kyle Cooper. He took on the attack and then got crunch coming the other direction. And we'll have a boundary throw in. So we have a boundary throw in, 19, make it 20 minutes gone. Lippman in the front spot, took it out of the ruck. He just handballed it, well, only just. Martin tries to win it at ground level. They jump on top of him. And we'll have another ball up as Martin is slow to get up. 20 minutes have gone.
7 disposals to Martin this quarter, 21 for the match now.
He's been super. Brayan's been running with him. Lippman got a hand on this one. Here's Martin again. Handballs back to Laverty. Just had to stretch. And then a quick tackle by Jackson Harry. No opportunity. The Leongatha faithful, well, they're quick on the decision, aren't they? They're one-eyed. But you wouldn't have it any other way, as you said, home supporters. Lippman again. No one really won that tap out. Geordie Descent tried to get a handball to Dyer. Martin's on the bottom of the pack as well. We're going to ball up again in front of the Leongatha coaches'
So
box.
they've got Jackson Harry doing the ruck work. Ben Willis is having a well-earned spell. He's just trying to jump all over it.
Free kick. He's going to get the free kick for Shepherd. He's called a free kick against Jack Lippman of shepherding Jackson Harry.
Well, Lippman was standing there.
Yep, well...
Harry went up before acceptances, then came down.
And that's a free kick to Harry. So he's got a bit of a leap as Jackson Harry. He drives his right foot into it. Inside forward 50, just spills out. Quick kick. Olden around the body it was from. Goes high in towards the direction of Maskell. He keeps his feet. Ball in dispute. No one's really going to get a clean hand on except for Dowse. His kick, though, was smothered. Falls in the hands of Turton. Tries to get it going his way. Can't do so. And coming back the other way is Ollie Collins. Slapped it on the boot cam. Olden will mark going to ground. And we'll put it back inside forward 50 for Leongatha again.
All yours, Scott. I can't see it.
20
blind spot for me.
21 minutes have gone. They lead by 7. Leongatha, kick from Olden. Top of the square it goes. No one can mark. Borshman squeezed a handball. Oh no. Maskell, left foot, got 5. Hasn't got 6. Luke Williams repels this for the Magpies.
Got it now, so he goes Williams towards the outer side, towards his captain.
Right
finds
kick.
a player with a beautiful leg. Fife wants to play on quickly because he's got some space ahead of him, and that space is occupied by his teammate in Gooch, who needs to turn and run quickly, says Boxer with his hands, as good Italians do. But he goes slowly, and all of a sudden they're pushed back. Martin's kick to centre half forward. Can he find a teammate? He can't. But a good contest there by Desert brings the ball to ground before Leongatha burst through the half back line. Kick to the advantage, they hope, of Maskell, and the ball falls in his arms. He hasn't got too many options. Waits, draws a player, gives and then goes. Nicely done through Borshman, who bursts through side forward 50 now, but repelling the attack is Carter, and Carter's kick goes short, and he goes short again to that man Martin.
Martin, usually a left foot spearing kick, nicely done to Collins in the middle, quick handball. Jackson Glenane drives it back inside 50. It's got over the back. Verboon dropped the mark that he should have taken. Leslie was there. Great work at ground level by Kelly. Play on, said the umpire. And again, it's going back out. But it's fumbled there by Leongatha. So Sale get another chance. Glenane kicks it to some open space. Going to run onto this. He's got one in the quarter down. He couldn't get another one.
Had more time.
Bound, he did have more time, just rushed it in the end. And after all that, we're going to minus score.
And one straight kick the difference again, boys. 7-6-48 Sale. Leongatha 8-6-54. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. 23 minutes played of the third quarter.
What a both back lines going. Incredible.
Being played between the arcs and at a frantic pace as well. So Nick Nagel has been everywhere. He's been forward, he's been back, he's been in the middle. He drives it towards the wing area in the front spot. Lippman. He's having a big day. And as the finals approach, you just sense that this man's going to have a big say in some finals actions if the Magpies are to win. His kick towards Collins just missed the target, though.
A lot of play between the arcs. Hello, Troy Makepeace, if you're listening.
Yes.
Tap outs for Lippman, Paul.
This quarter, another 8, and 8 also to Willis.
So it's 80% in the favour of Lippman. Lippman takes a mark outside of the ground.
It was a great mark.
It was a great mark. Front of the pack. Handball not so good though. Found a teammate. Had a bit of room to move. And I speak of Luke Williams. Remembering, of course, Sale haven't got their best side on the park at the moment. And Leongatha starting to build. They have got a margin of 6 points, and the player with the ball is Chris Dunn.
Down back.
Yeah, down back with the defensive 50 just inches behind him. He goes towards that outer side, flying high again over the top of Lippman. Lippman's been used as a ladder for a fair bit of the day, and it was Jackson Harry.
Again.
He looked like he just met Sally the way he leapt then. He was up and about, but he went a bit too early, and it goes out of play, and there'll be a boundary throw in.
Well done, Poppy. I'll just go around the grounds quickly for Harvey Norman Furniture. Port Adelaide, 11-10-76. They lead the Sydney Swans, 6-12-48.
Bowman kicked the footy from that stoppage inside forward 50 for the Parrots. Carter took it over for a boundary throw-in.
And in the other game, we're 15 minutes into the last quarter, and it's the Magpies, 10-10-70 to the Demons, 5-10-40.
So we've got a boundary throw-in. Not sure that the Gippsland League scores have changed a great deal from half-time. As the ball will come back in, Harry just sort of kept the big ruckman Lippman out of that, so no one really tapped it. Quick kick off the ground from Harry, lands in the hands of Stone, fortuitously, and then he puts it straight through the middle. Well, he certainly made something out of nothing there to Jackson Harry. It landed in the hands of Stone, and he put it through.
It's been a tale of that most of the afternoon, Scud. The balls, when it's hit the ground inside both of the 50s, these players have been able to swoop on them and kick the goals that both sides have needed. But this time it's for Leongatha, and well done to Camstone.
And Cam Stones kicked both Leongatha goals this quarter, taking them out to a 12-point lead on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. The Parrots 9-6-60 to Sale 7-6-48.
Yeah, some really important scores here as well. Now, looks like Druin's taking control of this game down the road there, and it's Druin 3-7-25 to Moore with just the 2 points.
Ball thrown down. Willis gets a tap. Nicely done at ground level. Good work. McLaren opens up the play. Can he find a winner at half forward? He needs to. He can. They need to get a winner from here. Can they? Descent the target or Descent? Yes!
Oh, no.
Oh, he should have held it. He dropped it at the last moment. And a free kick against the run of play after the ball was kicked off the ground for a goal. And it goes Leongatha's way. There's one that they might rue late in the day. At the moment, the margin 2 goals could quite possibly been one. They had 2 chances that didn't go their way. And Leongatha will make the most of it, they hope.
They kick it out wide. Cameron Stone's been busy in this quarter. He's got 2 goals now. He's across half-back. He kicks over the top to Nick Nagel, who's also had a good quarter. So he just takes his time, does Nick Nagel. 27 minutes have passed. So it kicks it down the line, looking for Big Willis, and he stands up in the big pack and takes the strong pack mark. Now he goes towards his half-forward line. Slow approach. This time, no intercept mark from Sale by Luke Williams. And he'll have it across half-back. So they lead by 12 points. It was 13 points at half-time in favour of Leongatha. And Westaway now comes in to take that intercept mark across half-back for Leongatha. He comes in board. It's a dangerous kick.
Good mark.
Mitch Dowse was the one who marked that one. And now they've got something, have they? If they can get it going quickly. He allows to play on and get to that right foot. The target will be Brad Descent. Works one play. In a pack of 3 Parrots. And the only Magpie was Brad Descent, and he put a hand up and took a great contested mark.
Yeah, that mark's hasn't been given any good justice. If you could see that, if you're at the game, you'd know how great. I know you did.
Sorry.
You are trying. What a great mark in between 3 Leongatha players.
Probably what I said.
The great traditional forwards are back.
So Brad Descent, he's got 3, a much-needed goal. 12 points they trail by. For Monticello's, puts it on its way. I think he's missed it. A clutch crunch time at 28 minutes of this 3rd quarter. And he misses it for McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
7-7-49 Sale. They're trailing by 11 points. 9-6-60 Leongatha. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Almost 3-quarter time.
So Sovereign brings the ball back into play. Kick not quite as good as it might have been. And there'll be a boundary throw in now on the intersection of forward 50 and boundary line.
Not long to go at all. Fingers on the buzzer, ready to go.
All right, ball thrown back in.
Right on cue. 3-quarter time went 29 minutes.
Yeah, if they can bring what they did in that first quarter, I think it's going to be game on.
First goal, a crucial. Willis flies high over the top of Lippman, gets a tap, finds a teammate who was under pressure. End of the day, though, Marriott kicks inside forward 50. That man there He could be the man. Cade Maskell's kick 5, runs onto the left leg, kicks to the top of the square. One-on-one contest. Out the back, Leongatha. They had a chance. Off the ground, beautiful leg. Bang! There you go, Josh Hopkins. If ever you wanted to start, that was it. Perfect. Good play. Parrots, the margin out. Is it a match-winning one? I'm not sure, but it's a good one.
It's incredible. Paul Carter said during the break, we didn't call Hopkins at all in that third quarter. He gets his first kick since the halftime break, and he kicks a goal that could have just about swung the game to the Parrots' way.
Well, it certainly is. It's a match high now, 17-point margin in Leongatha's favour. Just 30 seconds it took for that goal to be scored. Carpet Country scoreboard, Leongatha 10-6-66, Sales 7-7-49.
Back to the middle they go. Again, Willis and Lippman. Lippman got up, put it straight down. No one can really win it cleanly out of that stoppage. It bobbles around a few times. Now Willis says, I'll just kick it off the ground and get some advantage. Williams, though, won it for Sale. Gave it to Dowse, who kicks it high up and down the end. That was Mitch. Landing underneath it was Sovereign. He dropped the mark. And then Lippman just manhandled Willis when he didn't have the football. And he'll win himself the free kick.
Hats off to Willis. He's done a great job, and he was the main catalyst in why Leongatha got that first goal.
So Willis thumps his right foot into it. It's going to come off. Bowman put one hand out. And then Martin wrapped him up in a tackle. Tried to put a saddle on him as well, and we're going to ball up. Right on half forward for the Parrots. As we said, a quick early goal, just about. One more, and you'd think she'd nearly be all done. Martin, though, for Sale, have other ideas. Kicks it to the wing area. Coming out to meet it there was Freeman. Nicely done. Snaps around his body. One-on-one contest. And the taller target there in Westaway defeats McLaren on that occasion.
Yeah, left half-back flank. A good mark too. Good strong mark. One-on-one. Experience. Put him in the right position. Kicks it back to where it came. Freeman went through his hands. Trying to get the ball at ground level was Bowman. It's handballed forward. Only as far, though, as Sovereign, who's been pretty good today. Kicks inside forward 50. Taking the ball out of the air, Cameron Stone, but he too is taken out of the air by a number of Sale players, the most prominent of which is Kane Martin, just outside forward 50. Sale into attack, kicking to the scoreboard end, and as you heard, they are leading by 17 points as we've played just a few minutes of this third quarter. They need to go forward now, and they do. Sale, can they find a winner right here? They need to. 40 metres out. Brad Descent needs to do what he didn't do at the end of that third quarter, and he means he needs to kick truly.
He needs to kick the ball. He needs to kick through the ball. He just poked at that goal he missed in that third quarter.
3 goals first half, Scud.
Yeah, big moments for Monticello's, Carlton Dry, Stubbies and Cans, $42. And the Dewars Scotch 700ml, $33. A big moment for Monticello's right here. There's Brad Descent, 47 metres.
Nice.
Puts it on its way. Does the breeze bring it back? No. Poppy says nice, but not nice enough.
It's a 16-point lead to Leongatha, 3.5 minutes into the final quarter, with the Carpet Country scoreboard saying the Parrots are on 10-6-66 to 7-8-50.
Put a platter in front of Paul and he can lose concentration very quickly. Westaway goes short. The Parrots on the grandstand side. It's cut off at the pass, though, by Freeman. Jared Freeman. Scott has the ball.
Well, he looks inboard. He decides to put it right to the top of the square. Big Gooch is there, but so is Chris Baboon. He dropped the mark, though. Now they swoop on him. Trying to win it. Martin had a quick kick, but the umpire already said my ball, and we'll ball it up. It's really a tough one, that, isn't the umpires sometimes go quick with a my ball decision. Other times they let it go. On this occasion, that was a quick whistle, and we'll have a ball up. So Gooch and Willis. Willis taps it straight down. Martin was there. Handball's nicely done out to Mitch Dowse. Snaps around his body. The breeze won't bring this back in time. And it misses everything. Goes out of bounds on the full. And the ball ends up in Ward 15 in the hospital.
Yeah, it does too. Just behind the Isuzu there. So we've got to jump over the fence and grab that ball.
Skelling is the one. Now he's trying to find it in the back of the Isuzu over there.
Yeah, goes past the possum. Past the koala. Comes back with the footy. He's gone bush, but he's back now and ready to go.
Get the sense that he doesn't mind going up bush too.
No, he's that sort of bloke. Looks like a bush man. Remember Harry Butler? Very Harry Butler-like.
Very true. As Forrester will be the one to bring it back into the field of play.
Speaking of bush,
Kicks it towards, that's Forrester, kicks towards the top of his defensive 50. Geordie Descent wins it. He goes to ground now. Martin buzzies his way through. Again, Geordie Descent lost the football, dives on it. Hopkins steps one way. Kick was smothered. Williams, beautiful tap over the head. It might come off. No, Bowman's there for the Parrots. He's under pressure. Brown just had to slap it his way. At the ground level was Davidson, but it was picked up by Leslie. Kicks back inside Sales forward 50. Pfeiffer's there. He's a left footer. Gets boot the ball. Bounces in the way. Oh, and then Descent had a quick snap at goal. It got off the right side of his boot, which meant it was the outside, and it went right angles out of bounds on the full. Still a 16-point margin at 6 minutes last quarter.
Yeah, ball comes grandstand side, 2-on-1 competition, and one of the two in Nagel wins it. Strong mark goes inboard. Risky kick. Does it come off? Going to be 50-50. It's going to favour Sale, though, in the end. Martin, nice little neat handball. Found a gap, top of the square. They should have a winner right here. Desert can walk it in. Taps to the advantage. He hopes of 5. Needs to go inboard, does 5. Right foot kick, top of the square. Touched off the boot. Who's going to be there first? It's going to be Leongatha's Bowman, who feeds it off to his teammate in Baboom. And they just settle. They settle through Kelly. Defensive 50.
Wow. Dodged the bullet there, did the Parrots. He chipped it over the top to Chrissy Dunn. As Dunn now right on his defensive 50, slows it up, goes to Hopkins. He can mark just inside the field of play. Leongatha kicking towards the RAF base end of the ground, kicks towards the grandstand. Two Sale players took each other out, and Thacker's in a bit of strife. He ran into Lippman. Willis took the mark, drives it towards half forward. It's an open forward line. It bounces and bouncing. Olden's the one that can run onto it. He's got some toe, leaves it behind. Laverty's under pressure. Williams was there for Sale. Got it out the back. Dowse gave it to Carter. He's under pressure. Handball over the top to Martin, and Sale repelled that forward thrust through Dowse. This is Mitch. Took on the tackler. Leslie's got some toe. He runs away from Skelling. Handballs over the top to Gooch. Gooch decides to kick it inside forward 50. Freeman marks. Here's your moment. Jared Freeman. And he slams it home from the tightest of angles. And the Magpies are still in this game. What a great game of football. Jared Freeman steadied, took his time and nailed it.
Isn't it great to see the build-up then from the Sale back line? I think it was Laverty that went to ground. It might have been Williams. I don't know who it was. Under pressure, the ball was inside their defensive 50, and they worked it well out. Dowse onto Gooch, inside 50, clutch goal in the really tough pocket. It's game on.
7-minute mark, final quarter, and they're on the Carpet Country scoreboard. It's a 10-point lead to Leongatha, 10-6-66. Sale, 8-8-56.
Good call, Scott. Captured it beautifully. Finished nicely by Freeman also. Now it's Lippman v Willis, another important contest. The Sale boys kicking to the clubhouse end, and they want clubhouse support. But first at ground level is Leongatha's Brown. He kicks inside forward 50. Maskell a left foot kick around the body. He hoped, he leant back, he lifted his left leg, but none of that could help the ball find a score. It'll be out of play on the full.
That ball's gone to
another free footy.
Gone to Stratford. That one. Well, we can just get our time to take our breath. It is 8.5 minutes gone. It's on a knife's edge.
That goal from Sale, I'm still shaking my head because they had the play inside their 50 for about 3 minutes and couldn't score, and that transition goal was just a great build-up.
Just a reminder, Sale are playing for potentially to finish on top. They're looking to finish the season off strong and finish on top of the ladder. Leongatha are finishing strong, and they're looking to take third spot on the ladder. Of course, a double chance. They sit fourth at the moment. So it's a massive game. Just we got any Mafra scores. The Mafra Moe game's an important one that we'll keep you up to date with as well. As Laverty brings it back into field of play. Stone goes up, couldn't mark it. Sale got some numbers at ground level. Mitch Dowse was there. Lost the footy though. Hopkins put it back on. It's in a dangerous spot. Top of the square. Carter stood underneath it. Had a good piece of it. The umpire said no mark. Dunn socket off the ground. Now Carter had to slam it through.
I'll give you a quick update there on that score. It's Moe, 5-9-39. They lead Mafra 3-4-22.
Big game. So there's some big score lines. This is one of them right here, Phil Carter.
10-7-67 is the Leongatha score. They now lead by 11 points over Sale, who are 8-8-56.
So Sale now coming grandstand side. Wouldn't mind seeing this young kid Bowen with a bit of room to move to. He could open up the game when given a chance. He gets a quick left foot kick. Only gains a couple of metres, but it's good enough for McLaren to run over it. Now, here we go again.
Oh, good
nice
hand.
look away handball by Dowse to Martin. He needs to find some space. The race is on. Descent, he beats 2. Nicely done, though. Good composure by Baboon, who finds his teammate in Sovereign, and he settles, goes towards the outer side of the ground where Nick Nagel has got a bit of room to move on the right half-back flank.
Slows things up, does Nick Nagel. He can come back to Sovereign, and he does that inboard. Found him. Do they continue on the path to switch it? No, they slow things up. And now Sovereign goes down the line towards the wing area, and Turton marks just inside the field of play. As Aaron Turton will now just take his time, wait for the targets to come. Maskell calls for it down the line. He kicks it back inboard to where the big fella is in Willis.
Nice.
And what are you talking about? Willis takes the mark, unopposed at the end.
He's been good.
He has been very good. For Leongatha, they lead it by 11 points at the moment. They're about 2 kicks away from having a shot on goal. Willis's kick goes high to the top of the 50. Going out to meet it there, nicely done, was Borschmann. He's too far out to score. Lippman stands right on the 50. Borschmann hasn't got it in him. And he's just going to set things up. The target. Numbers back. Thacker just got underneath it. Dyer was there, sorry. Now McLaren trying to get it to Martin. He tries to run through it. Pace goes to ground. They dive on top of him. No chance. Ball up.
Scud, the other 3 games that are really important in the makeup of the top 5. Terrelligan 4-5-29. They trail Warragul 5-7-37. And Bairnsdale 6-9-45. They trail Wonthaggi 9-8-62.
So all sides that are fighting for that 5th spot can't seem to win. Druin could get the win and secure themselves the top 5. We'll get to that in our post-game. This is a big one here as well. From this stoppage there was handball. Harriet was. The kick goes straight up and down in the air. No one can mark it. It didn't go the required 15 anyway. Winning that football at ground level. Nicely done from Sale. It comes out. Top of the 50 they go. And Kelly got wrapped up in a Leslie tackle.
Yeah, Scud, that game too. Druin 3-7-25. There's nothing been added to the score. Just the 2 points to Morwell.
So the game is well and truly on here as well, boys. The intensity's lifted. Sale is starting to make a surge, and they're going to do it now if they can. They're going to do it through young Jordan Descent. His left foot leg towards left half forward flank. Brother to brother. Look at this, boys. Game on. Kick to the advantage. Just needs a bounce. Oh, Gooch doesn't get the bounce he needs. He's got enough room to kick around the body. Now he needs a favourable bounce.
No.
It bounces over the head of the Leongatha defender.
Gee.
And would you believe it, as Mitch Bowen was trying to chase it down, you won't get a quicker player, but he couldn't beat the boundary. 10 metres out from Sales goals, there'll be a boundary throw-in, a crucial surge forward for the home side.
You look down to try and find some scores, and in a matter of seconds, the ball's transferred from back to forward. Sales chance now. Inside stoppage. Both ruckmen let it go. Kick around the body was from Nagel. Goes high up and down. Outside 50. A good contest. Borschmann and Williams. Borschmann gets it. Handballs over the top of his head. Hopkins with a quick handball out to no one really in particular. Free kick to Borschmann. Surely. The umpire said no. We'll have a boundary throw in. Actually, we'll have a ball up just inside the field of play. 60 metres out from Sales' goal. 13 and a half minutes gone. The margin is 11 points.
There's a little bit of mayo on that one there, Scud. I think you really tried to work the free kick.
Willis tapped it down. Running onto this one. Kick off the ground was from Williams. McLaren worked hard. Fell over. So did Nagel. Then got one high. And will win the free kick, does Nick Nagel. He's been one of the best for Gippsland Isuzu this afternoon. Just takes his time getting up. Looks to the far side. That will be the defensive kick. The risky one's back inboard, but decides to go lateral and goes out wide. And he has found Sovereign. Defensive 50. Low spearing kick at the toes there. It was Fife. Hopkins has it. Shrugs one tackle. Fife goes in again. Just misses that one now. A handball comes back out towards Hopkins' direction. Stone handballs over the top, allows Hopkins to run onto it again, but he was wrapped up. Nicely done by McLaren just to stop that forward thrust. Big moment for Monticello's this afternoon. 14 and a half minutes gone. 11-point margin. Here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
So, Leongatha trying to stop the rot. They've got enough breathing space just at the minute. But guess what? There's 16 of those just as a minutes to go. And Sale are going to utilise every single second of that to try to steal a win. They come out of the blocks quick. Since then, Leongatha have sort of led the way. They've managed to keep them at arm's length, as I said. And right now, they're keeping Sale out of their forward 50. Good tackle, good pressure. And another ball up, out of sight of the ground.
Poppy, just in the AFL, we've got the final scores here. The Magpies are on top of the Demons, 10-10-70 to the Melbourne Footy Club, 7-11-53.
Willis gets a good thump forward, and that's helped along by Jackson Harry, who thumps it a bit further. They can't really find a clear teammate, but a quick kick forward inside forward 50 now. Well, a bounce is just inside forward 50 and then over the boundary line. So there'll be a boundary throw in. Leongatha kicking to the scoreboard end. With 15 and a half minutes gone, they lead by 11 points, Scud.
Yeah, well, time now becomes a bit of an issue. But we've seen the Magpies can really run the football. Willis does well, works his opponent out of it, comes out the back, quick kick by Nagel, goes backwards in the end. Turton gets a shocking bounce, goes back towards Simpson. Handball out, here's their run. Dyer is the one, kicks it towards the wing area. Freeman's the target, Kelly's there. Good spoil, choppy the arms. It will go to Freeman. Kelly thinks it's his.
Very lucky.
And the umpire says you've chopped him. So Jared Freeman is the one. He quickly gets ball to boot towards half forward. Desson is the target. He goes up, can't quite mark it, crashes through. Groundwork was excellent by Brad Desson. Now McLaren, he's got some pace. He's got a left foot and he drives it over the back. It's one-on-one. Skelling does well. Pfeiffer's there. Skelling again. Gets the handball away to Sovereign and Leongatha again repel the forward thrust from Sale. The kick, will it find touch? It's going. It's on the wing area. Leslie's the first one there, and now he steps around, they go again.
Yeah, they do too. Inside forward 50, can they find Martin? Martin tries desperately, and I tell you what, he got a touch which saved a free kick to Leongatha, so there'll be a boundary throw in. Martin's just about dead on his feet at the minute. He's giving all he can, and he's getting a bit of attention too.
29 touches, Martin.
He's been very good today, Martin. Martin and Willis, for me, from either side have been the best. Maybe it'll be determined by who wins the game. Lippman gets a tap, trying to fight his way through now for Sale. They can't get clean possession. The numbers with Leongatha, they refuse to lie down. Game on, good contest, finals like. Quick kick forward comes from Bowman. Right half forward flank, good take by Maskell. Feeds off, good surge forward by Nagel. Just need to find a winner here, and they have. They'll go short for goal. Wait a minute, this is risky. Yes, they've given it away. Jackson Harry probably dropped what he could have taken, and Dyer thumped it over the line boxer.
It was just a slight hesitation from Dunn just to get that kick off.
As two straight kicks the difference now at the almost 18-minute mark. It's 10-8-68 to 8-8-56. Leongatha ahead.
Laverty goes down towards the middle, but back there was Bowman. He taps it once and twice, looking for the handball off. Davidson was the receiving target. He quickly got wrapped up. We've got a ball out directly in front, 40 metres out from from Sale's goal.
Paul, what are the inside 50s both ways?
It's a 9 apiece now.
So it's Leongatha's goal, that is. Willis taps it down. Nagel put over the back. Borschman took on a tackler. And, yep, both umpires agreed. Hang on. Yes, both umpires agreed. Over the shoulder. And the free kick will go to Matt Borschman of Leongatha. 12-point margin, 18-minute mark last quarter. This could be the sealer for the Parrots. Have we got a Maui Mafra score? Because that's important as well. Because if Maui win, Leongatha don't get that third spot just yet. However, they play each other next week. We've got games galore in the run home of the TRFM Gippsland League. On this Saturday afternoon, we have a cracking game of football. The Parrots lead by 12. Borschman comes in to just about seal the game. He can't do it. It's another minus score. And on the Carpet Country scoreboard,
10-9-69 to 8-8-56. And I got a message from Brian McKenzie here. 20 minutes, no change. Murray's still 17 points ahead.
Yep. All right, ball back into play here, Sale. At some stage, they've got to chance their arm, and they're going to do it right now. They're going to come to the attacking side of the ground rather than defensive. They don't need to win this game.
Well done.
Nice take, too. I like this kid. Will Leslie takes a good mark, plays on quickly. Well done. Falls in the arms of the young fella there in Ollie Collins. They go inside forward 50 now through Martin, who gets yet another mark and yet another possession.
And he's a deadly kick. The left foot kick to the hot spot. It goes. That's the kick. Because Brad Dessert marks it into the goal square. He wastes no time. Well, we're only at the 20-minute mark, but Brad Dessert says, I don't care. I'm going to slam it through. And for Monticello's the big moments, that's the one you wanted.
That was great play then too by Martin. He knew that Dessert was just on the move, just to that goal square. It was 2-on-1, understandably, but he had size and bulk in his favour, and he took another great contested mark right in the middle of that goal square.
And we're at the 20-minute mark of the final quarter with the Carpet Country scoreboard seeing Leongatha 7 points ahead. They're 10-9-69. Sale now 9-8-62. The Magpies have kicked the last 2 goals.
Well, I wonder if the Sale guys are actually listening or following this score, because Moe and Mafra, of course, if Mafra lose, Sale are going to go to top spot. And we know that you get a home final in that second semi. I know it's still a couple of weeks away, but that's the way things could pan out in a couple of weeks' time. Poppy?
Yep, Lippman flies high, maybe too early. I thought Willis got the first go at it. Couldn't find a teammate. Nicely done, ground level. Brock Davidson has the ball, but Lippman has Davidson. And so there'll be another ball up. Nicely done, Willis. I thought maybe Lippman had the advantage there, but Willis got the tap. Quick kick forward from nowhere. Brown towards right half forward flank. Races on. Leading the race is Nick Dowse. He just needs a favourable bounce. He gets it. He can't get a possession away. The umpire said he had no chance. And the chance he had was pretty limited, courtesy of some good pressure. So 70 metres out from Leongatha goals. They lead by 7 points. There'll be a ball up.
And equally important for Leongatha, because if Moe win, of course, and Leongatha lose, all of a sudden, Moe's taken third spot away from him. So, all important game right here, but a big one happening down at Ted Summerton Reserve as well for both these sides.
Paul, how long the quarter's been going for? What's the average been?
Well, the second quarter was the longest one at 31, but the other's about 29.
We've only had 3 goals kicked in this last quarter, so you'd expect it probably around the 28, 29-minute mark as well. Again, Brown, his kick was smothered, and we've got a boundary throw in. Far side, attacking in for Leongatha. As now some rain starts to fall. Might get a little bit more difficult for this Sale side.
You spoke about that run and carry from Sale. Every time they've done that, they've scored a goal, you know. Yep. So they've just got to continue that real pressure, slingshot footy.
Ball's gone over the back into the cricket wickets. And we've got a boundary throw, and it will be the 2 ruckmen that have battled it out all afternoon. Lippman and Willis, the big 2 Goliaths of the competition. This time it's Willis. He's done well, but Sale pick it off, and without going anywhere.
Willis has won it this quarter with Lippman 10-5.
It's been a good battle. Right at the top of the 50. 22.5 minutes are gone. Give that one to Willis again. Quick kick in forward from Leongatha. High, Maskell comes, can't mark. Ball comes to ground. Dowse was there, that's Nick. Lost it. Goes back to get it. Maskell's on ground level. Now the ball comes out to Laverty direction. We'll have a ball up again. Aaron Turton gives the football back to the umpire.
Leongatha goal wins. Sale goal.
Open up as Leslie gave it up though to Brown as a quick shot on goal. Oh, going back, Nick Dowse takes the saving goal mark. And now he drives it back out towards the top of his defensive 50.
He does too. All taken high there, I thought. Sale play on the call. Lippman bent down, picked up the ball. And I reckon a couple of players jumped on Lippman, but he's so big, he didn't even know they were there. The umpire balls it up. I think he got a tap down too. Nicely done. Can they find a bit of room to wiggle? They can't. Kick off the ground. Was it intentionally? Bowman? No. Umpire says that was fair. He was under pressure. Certainly worth the question, though. 60 metres from Leongatha's goals.
Reckon we've got about 5 minutes to play. Just saw a indication down to the bench. 5 minutes still to go as Williams from this stoppage bursts away. Goes out towards Freeman direction. No one can mark. We've got a boundary throw in. Sale send up their little runner as we try and get an indication of how long is to go. It is 5 minutes. So 5 minutes left in this game. Will take us to about the 29-minute mark. Of course, that's plus time on. And ball will come back into the field of play, Poppy.
Yeah, it does too. Left half forward flank. Again, off the ground. Nicely done too. Quick tap forward by Dowse. Tried to the advantage of his teammate. Couldn't get it there. I'll tell you what, I reckon the umpire might step in. He does.
7 point margin, boys.
Scud, Moe game and Mafra, they've actually now increased their lead by another point, so it's 18-point lead to Moe.
Okay, just an update on the ground conditions down there.
Now 19. That's an important one.
19 points up.
25-minute mark last quarter.
Well, the ground conditions at Druin are horrible. You can tell no one can see who's who down there, so you'd think that Druin might get the victory down there and hold on to fifth spot. Back here, ball goes to the top of the 50 for the Magpies. Back there was Kelly. Shuffles it out. Now Geordie Descent gave it to Martin. He's a left footer. He goes with a banana. Well, maybe he shouldn't. It hit the point post. Out of bounds on the full.
It's right where they want it, though. It's inside their 50.
Oh, Leongatha have the football, though. Chris Baboon's the one. He's been told to get back to the point post. The number's on the far side of the ground. And Druin have already got that game all wrapped up, so Druin win down there.
Nick Nagel takes a mark here, right half-back flank. It's going to try to burn the time on the clock. We heard 5 minutes. That was probably a minute and a half ago. Kicks it along the line, looking for distance, just looking for a 50-50 contest. It works out better than that. A quick kick off the ground by Stone. Starts to threaten the Parrots forward 50. Sale need to make something out of nothing. That's what they need to do. But they'll need to do it after this boundary throw-in, which is still deep in their defence. So you'd think they need at least a minute and a half to get another goal and another score after that.
Well, the top two sides are going to get defeated in round 16 of the TRFM Gippsland League. As Moe's in control over Mafra and Leongatha in control over Sale. So I tell you what.
How important is that touch goal, that suspected touch goal from Maskell back in that second quarter or first quarter?
Well, the final series is going to be absolutely electric. Make no mistake. Any of the top four you'd think can win it. As Borshman put one hand up. As Sale got one more left in him. Mitch Dowse tries to crash his way through. Lost the football. Bowman has it. Handballs now to Olden. His quick kick goes high up and down. Comes to the top of the 50. Big spoil there by Dowse. Falls in the hands of Nick Dowse. Gave a handball to McLaren. His left foot kick gets to the wing area. Gooch will fly. Skelling will spoil. Front spot was Fife. Overran it. Comes to ground. Marriott boot the ball. Goes back inside forward to 50. And Margaret Thacker spoils it. Still in the field of play. Quick kick by Brown. Hugs the boundary line. Laverty's back there. They try to keep it in. Dangerous kick. It might come off. And it does. It lands in the hands of Collins. And they could be away, Sale. This could be the one. He kicks it over the top. Barnett has it, sweeping handball inboard. Great work by Williams to tap it to his advantage, and then an equally great rundown tackle. The umpire said play on. Sale get it. Barnett kicks it forward again. Here's Martin. He's had about 30 touches, and that's holding the ball every day of the week.
Isn't that a sling tackle, you think?
And Martin's out. Martin is knocked out, and that is a good question, Boxer. Marriott got rewarded for holding the ball.
I think Martin is out. Wait on.
Martin's knocked out on that big, strong tackle from Marriott. And the play now, Willoughby held up. He hasn't moved. The kick goes in. It goes towards Chrissy Dunn. He's marked it.
They need to hold
Call for a stretcher. It will stop now.
And the sling tackle, was it there, boys?
Well,
absolutely.
That will be the big question. Well, it's that fine line between holding the ball and the sling tackle. He was.
I don't know if it was in the swing. It was in the motion of play, if you know what I mean, because he went to kick and he was sort of already in the air. So there was no malice in it. Is that? I'm not looking for the word.
It was a strong tackle. Marriott had the really strong tackle. It was swinging around in the tackle while he still had the football because it was a fast tackle, wasn't it? It was really hard to see which way it went, but.
He's gone over there to check on him too, so he's showing concern, which is really good to see.
Oh, there was no malicious intent.
No, not whatsoever. Not at all.
It was Marriott had him, and the decision was holding the ball, and then, of course, he was instantly out. So it was a really tough one. A couple of the Sale boys are there as well, so we're going to have a bit of a hold-up. We think there's a couple of minutes to play here, and the margin is 7 points. If we can get some up-to-date scores from around the grounds. Currently at the moment, here, though, it is Leongatha 10-9-69, holding on. Sale 9-8-62. We're going to stretch her out in the ground. Boxer, around the ground scores for Harvey Norman Furniture.
Bairnsdale 8-12-60. They still try one Thaggy 10-9-69. No progress scores there for the Druin Morwell game.
It's finished.
It's all over. 3-7-25 to just the 2 points. So Morwell failed.
Sorry, what was that score?
It was 3-7-25, just the 2 points. That they're playing in a bog hole. going by all the photos there from, as you can see there from Scud. Moe 5:11:41, Mafra 3:4:22. So you'd say Moe have got that game done. Traralgon 4:5:29, Warrigal 5:7:37.
Well, they're fought back to within 8
so
points.
guys, the thing that I can see from here, they've wrapped him in a blanket here as well. They might not move him by the look of it, or they are. Looks like they might be, but
So not only are we having the top 2 teams defeated, we're having the bottom 2 teams winning. Isn't that a great season?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Well, unless you're in the top 2 teams.
Yeah, I know, but
no, I know what you mean.
But you get that, yeah. So you'll have your bottom team on 5 wins, which is a really healthy position to have the league.
Shane Pfeiffer's obviously out there, the coach of Sale. He's helping out his best mate, and there's a couple of officials out there. One's on the phone, by the way, which
I don't like the look of it, to be honest.
They've put him in a blanket already. I'm not sure, and obviously we can't hear what they're talking about, but I don't know whether they're going to move him or not. They've just closed the stretcher up, so...
Yeah, and the officials out there with the phone, so we could have...
one of the trainers made a hand signal holding, as in that
concussion?
Maybe, I don't know.
He certainly was knocked out.
Oh, he's knocked out.
Yeah.
He may have hit his head, though, and neck, maybe they're looking at the neck. They're on the phone now, so it looks like...
In those positions, you have to treat for the worst possible outcome, just in case.
Just signalling, we've got 2-3 minutes to go. More importantly, is the health of Chris Martin at the minute.
Kane Martin,
Kane Martin,
now
sorry.
We've had this situation before in terms of how long we have. It's a 30-minute period.
The hospital is next door, so we're hoping that...
so it is a 30-minute period between calling the game off. And
Leongatha would get the points anyway.
Leongatha would get the points. Sale desperate to continue, would have thought, but obviously their thoughts are with their star player in Kane Martin, who was having an absolute cracking game.
But isn't it amazing that these moments in games can twist and turn so much? Martin on the edge of 50, kicking to get his side within a single kick, gets tackled desperately, and finds himself now in a situation where he'll probably spend overnight in hospital.
Looks like they have called for an ambulance. If I can read what they're saying out there, they're going to open the gate down here. By the look of it. So there is an ambulance. Looks like on their way. Final scores at Ted Summerton Reserve. Moe 5:12:42 defeated Mafra 3:4:22. Wow.
Well, we might go to a break if we can. So if the guys, Keely, if you're back in the studio there, we're going to go to a quick break here. We are waiting on the ambulance arrive. Kane Martin has been knocked out in a sling-type tackle and is still on the ground, and looks to be that we're waiting for an ambulance to arrive. As we said, the score at the moment, it is Leongatha 10-9-69, Sale 9-8-62. And we know from previous games that we've got about a 30-minute grace period until this game is either called off or we continue the game of football and Sale try and get the victory. But the margin now at the moment, 7 points. You are listening to Gippsland Live. We're going to take a quick break here on TRFM. We're doing it all for Harvey Norman Electrical. Fantastic deals, incredible range. You can rush in store today.
Fitzy and Whipper. Your classic pickup lines. I never really used a classic pickup line, although there were some blokes that would go for them.
I used to do one. Hi, do you know how much a polar bear weighs? Enough to break the ice. Hi, I'm Tom.
That's actually awesome.
Not bad, is it?
I love that. I love that. I would laugh if someone said that. That is funny.
Do you know what you would do? You and your girls would do. Oh, you're so cute, Tom.
Fitzy and Whipper.
Weekdays from 3 on TRFM.
Iron Man.
Toolbars, suspension kits, winches, recovery gear. Iron Man 4x4 is coming to Valley 4x4 and Outdoor.
Visit our all-new interactive showroom at 16 Saskia Way, Morwell on August 10 and 11 to help celebrate our grand opening. There'll be something for everyone, including a sausage sizzle, kids entertainment and plenty of grand opening specials. Plus, make a purchase and you could win a Stacer dinghy motor and trailer package valued at $4,600. Valley 4x4 and Outdoor, the Valley's home of Iron Man 4x4.
Escape the cold and shrug off the chill. It's time time to chase the sun. Enter now and you and a friend could be off to one of 3 amazing destinations within Australia.
Mid-Valley loves new stores. There'll be even more reasons to shop at Mid-Valley with the opening of Rivers to join the recently opened Cotton On Mega and Kaiser Craft. To find out more about the new store opening details, visit midvalleyshoppingcentre.com.au.
Enter here to win. Dulcen's Mitre 10 Bairnsdale. More than just a hardware store. In the garden centre, you'll find a florist, home decor, indoor plants and more. If you're wanting the best garden in town, come and see the biggest nursery around. Dulcen's Mitre 10 Bairnsdale. Open 7 days. 19 Dalmahoy Street. Warmer times ahead. Enter here.
For Gippsland's most experienced electrical team, see the staff at Harvey Norman Electrical's Superstore Traralgon. They're the experts in everything electrical and have the biggest range and best advice for you. Visit the helpful team at Harvey Norman Electrical's Superstore Traralgon today.
We're lucky. Kane Martin sitting up, so good signs there for Kane. Obviously some concerns early, but the ambulance just having a little bit of issue getting out of the gate. They've had to reverse up and have another crack at it. But
not going to say anything about the driver.
No. Kane was sitting up, turning his head left and right, obviously moving his legs as well as his arms. So hopefully Kane is feeling a little bit better, maybe a little bit sore around the head area. But hopefully all things good there for Kane. As the ambulance has left, we're about to get the game back underway. As we said, there is 2 minutes to play in this game of football. Big ramifications because the top 2 sides where they're currently... Maffra got defeated. Is it Sale's turn to lose as well? Leongatha lead by 7 points. And we're back underway here at the Sale Main Oval. Chrissy Dunn drives it down the line. No one can mark it. Front and square there was Geordie Descent. Williams for Sale tries to run onto it. Brown at ground level works hard. So does Nick Nagel. We're going to stoppage right in front of the Sales coaching position. And we're at centre wing. Umpire says my ball. 46 minutes we're into in this final quarter. Lippman and Willis. Willis tapped it straight down towards the boundary line. And we have a boundary throw in with about a minute and a half to go. Leongatha leader by 7 points.
Yeah, do indeed. So this one contest, really important. They've had a lot of important contests today. None's more important than that. It's the one that Lippman got, but guess what? Found an opposition player, and unfortunately Leongatha go forward through Hayden Brown. Unfortunately for Sale, that is, because they're now just threatening their forward 50. Can he keep it in? He can't. Hopkins, I'm not sure that he even tried. He was quite happy to step over the boundary line. And there'll be a boundary throwing grandstand side on the intersection of forward 50 with only a minute and a half to play. Guess what? The time clock says 46 minutes at the moment. And the visitors lead by 7 points. But they're desperately surging forward. Sale. A kick off the ground? No, doesn't go out of play on the full.
Well, boundary throw-in at the light tower. 1 minute to go. 80 metres out now from Leongatha's goal. Sale need a quick win from this stoppage. Willis, though, taps it down. Geordie Desson got one hand into a quick kick off the ground from Dowse. Going back, Cooper can't mark it. Now the ball's in dispute. Cooper goes back, and we've got another stoppage again. They just can't seem to get the clean possession away at the moment. 47 minutes gone. About a minute to go. This time Willis taps it down, helped on by Bowman. Goes in the way, Marriott, there he is, half forward. Drives it inside forward 50, and Ganane goes up. The game's done. Jack Ganane will mark it, and he'll go back, possibly after the siren, and put it through and ensure a fantastic game of football next Saturday afternoon over in South Gippsland. It will be Leongatha and Moe playing it out for third spot, and we will be there calling it live from 1 o'clock next Saturday. As this has been a big win away from home.
A pretty happy bench down there too for Leongatha. They're all giving high fives, the coaches, the whole lot. Well, so you know how important this game was for them.
It is. Jack Ganane will come in, slightest of angles, 25 metres out. He walks in, he's got the long sleeves on, and he puts it straight through the middle, and Leongatha are home.
Yeah, well, that's a great mark. Yeah, that's where you need to be in the dying stages of the game. He was in front. And a great kick under the circumstances too, and well done to the Parrots.
And on the Carpet Country scoreboard at the 48-minute mark of the final quarter, it's a 13-point lead to Leongatha, 11-9-75 to Sale 9-8-62.
Great game of football, either way you look at it. If we're looking for some finals actions in a couple of weeks' time, if it's anything like this one today, it's going to be a cracking finals campaign. So Lippman and Willis, well, they don't even get a chance. The final siren sounds and Leongatha win it 11,975, Sale 9,862, and a big victory. Moe getting over the line as well. Leongatha. It all shapes up to a big week next week in round 17, and Druin winning the game, which will ensure they finish in 5th spot on the ladder as well.
Made me look like a twit. I've written them off.
Yep, you said they were gone.
Finished. Won't win another game.
3 weeks ago you said they're gone. Conditions atrocious down there. We're going to go to a break. You are listening to Gippsland Live. Will there be a shortened post game, you think? And we might get one of the players out of Leongatha rooms. 11,975 Leongatha, Sale 9,862. The margin in the end was 13 points. You're listening to Gippsland Live for Harvey Norman Electrical. Fantastic deals, incredible range. Rush in store today.
The freshest way to start the day. Gabby and Dan, the TR Morning Crew.
When two birds are flapping around in the trees, they're actually mating.
Sorry, it's not where I thought this was going to go.
Right, okay.
Because a lot of people, I'm not going to lie, since I've done that commercial for One Stop Interiors, they flap their arms at me because I've got a lot of arm movements in the commercial.
They're watching the One Stop Interior shop and thinking, oh, Gabby's after a mate.
Yeah, no, I walk through like the aisle at Coles and people flap their arms at me.
Weekday mornings when you wake up on TRFM.
Iron Man.
Pool bars, suspension kits, winches, recovery gear. Ironman 4x4 is coming to Valley 4x4 and Outdoor.
Visit our all-new interactive showroom at 16 Saskia Way, Morwell on August 10 and 11 to help celebrate our grand opening. There'll be something for everyone, including a sausage sizzle, kids entertainment and plenty of grand opening specials. Plus, make a purchase and you could win a Stacer dinghy motor and trailer package valued at $4,600. Valley 4x4 and Outdoor, the Valley's home of Ironman 4x4.
Jono, have you waxed your eyebrows?
Did someone say KFC?
You're just saying that to distract us from your eyebrows.
No, I'm not. KFC original recipe. Golden mouth-watering pieces of freshly cooked chicken.
Okay, I'm in. Let's go. Eyebrow boy.
It starts with a dream of creating your perfect home. Everything from renovating or just updating a room, the team at Carpet Country Carpet Court are on hand